They ain't see us coming till we hopped up on the stage. Now the fan base jumping like we dunking NBA. Now I got something else to say. Intellectual convo, sprinkle with some game. That ain't every day. Plus Peasy got them jokes. You know that nigga always playing. That's Nyce, yo, homie a G. He from the hood, plus he speak like he got a degree. The guard, he a battling beast. Supreme knowledge and equality to round up the team. 4 dudes from the dirt with our eyes on the goal. Took coal, applied pressure, and made it a diamond throne.
I can't take this off.
It's not.
Their fight definitely like.
They piggybacked off of civil rights because a lot of their rights come under, a lot of their bills come under the civil rights laws that the black people fought for in the 60s. It's not the same though, at all.
That you can't, that whooping your kids is
Abuse.
Is abuse.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Every kid, no, it's not.
Depends.
Kids need their ass whooped.
Kids
for
need their ass
structure.
beat. Ass whipping save
Word,
lives.
I'm with
a firm
you.
believer in that.
Yeah, I mean.
Fully muscled out adults beating the shit.
Oh nah, not beating the shit.
Not beating the shit.
You don't even gotta beat.
Just contextually, that sounds crazy off rip.
But you don't even gotta beat the shit out of your kid though. You don't.
You can slap him.
You can smack your kid. You can smack your kid.
Well, you have to know your limits as
At
an adult.
half.
Right there. That's it.
You have to know your limits.
That's it.
Nah, but I'm saying,
you
like,
have to
bro,
know your limits.
have you
I
ever
can
spanked a kid before?
Exactly.
Okay. So I have children.
Yeah, me too.
And I wouldn't
You don't OD
listen.
like a
I
grown-up.
recently chops. You can contest to this. I recently got into a physical altercation with a grown man. Okay, the way I smacked this man is not the way that I did not use the same force behind my smack that I did for my daughter's ass. Wasn't even remotely close. It wasn't even remotely close. And I purposely did that. I was conscious. I was aware of that I can't smack my daughter's ass the way that I'm about to smack this man's face. It's two different things,
Two
bro.
different things,
But
yeah.
both called for, in my opinion, some kind of physical
Some type of form of
discipline.
discipline.
There was some kind of
discipline,
discipline that I had to demonstrate. You know what I'm saying? And to a grown man, I got to give you all of this right here. But to my daughter, I don't. To my daughter, I don't. But I gotta tap her ass real quick.
But you can't even half, like you said, like you can't even half strength hit your kids.
No.
In the
during
eyes
this
of
day.
some people, you're
you
right.
can't, and it's shit. Fuck that. You can't even threaten to whoop your kids in some
That's wild.
aspects.
See, I was raised, man, listen, my mother would give me a look.
Yeah.
And I moved
Mine too.
my lip would move like this, like
Or when your mother was
she was
talking.
just like lip sync. I
Yeah,
would
that's what I'm
kill
saying.
you in here.
Yeah.
Or when
just
your
knew
mother
what time
starts
it was.
talking,
You
bro,
know what I'm
but only the lips will move, you better shut the, you know right there, it's like,
You know,
But
it's
look,
about to be a
but
problem.
look, check this out, right? Why is that effective though?
because you know.
It's effective because you got your ass whooped
Beat
before,
100%.
right?
You knew the
So
consequence.
once you got your ass whooped, you knew when she made that face that
It's
I better
up.
chill or else I'm gonna catch them hands.
Yeah.
So you don't do the shit, right? That's what I do with my kids. My kids want to act up.
Let's bring facts into it. Statistically speaking, it is proven that creating an environment of fear is less effective than creating an environment that promotes positivity.
Okay. I'll put it to you like this.
No, I get that.
I'll put it to you like this.
I'm
I
more-
work in a school full of high school kids, right? They are all disrespectful to every adult that they see, right? They talk to their moms. You know what would stop that?
An ass
An ass whooping. I'm going to tell you why. Because here's the thing. Listen. If you talk to your mother crazy and your parents crazy, they never learn you can't talk to everybody crazy. There's some people that don't fuck around.
Oh, no, fuck that. I got
So
a
they
question
meet
for you,
grown-ups.
Right? So you saying that, right? So what is your positive reinforcement for disciplining your kid when your kid tells you to shut the fuck up? No, listen. Your kid. No. Listen.
Super liberal over there. They gonna start questioning
Your
Barba-
10-year-old
hey,
son.
hey.
Your 10-year-old son tells you to shut the fuck up. What are you gonna do?
Finish
No,
him.
don't. Don't ask me.
No, you gotta answer
Don't
first and then
answer-
ask.
That
Answer
nigga
first.
Peasy
Yeah.
said, finish him.
Because I got a follow-up question after you answer this.
I'm Mortal Kombat. You know,
Okay.
uppercut in Mortal Kombat when you hit him through the stage, hit him through the pow, pow.
Yeah.
I now have to approach him in a serious manner, but I don't resolve all of my issues physically off rip. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
If my initial approach is supposed to be to diffuse the situation
Yeah.
before resolving it, that's going to be my approach with my son.
Okay, but you still didn't answer the question.
That's my approach. My approach is going to be
So what are you gonna do?
de-escalate
How?
by conversation.
What are you gonna say?
Please don't tell me shut the fuck up again, sir.
Listen, Bobby. Why are you talking to me that way?
I'm still going to be assertive. I'm going to be like, yo, who the fuck you think you're talking to?
And he said, I'm talking to you, motherfucker. You the only other person in the room. I told you shut the fuck up.
Please don't tell me
Obviously, we have a
sir.
problem. I told you shut the fuck up.
Now listen,
Shut the fuck up, and then the problem will be solved.
Solve it, though.
You shut the fuck up, and it's solved.
Still talking, so we got to solve it.
see, and that's what I'm saying.
That-
I think you're conflating. Here's what I think you're conflating abuse with spanking your kid. Abuse is beating the shit out of your fucking
Yin and
kid.
yang, two different things.
Two different things. Smacking your hold on.
Abuse is a wicked statement.
But yeah, that's very.
Feel about abuse is a complete.
But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I've seen parents OD and beat the shit out of their fucking kids. But I also, some kids deserve to. That's it. Yo, relax. You're in the wrong spot, and they relax. That's it. Some kids, that's all. Some kids, bad. My daughters, they do something crazy, I pluck them right in the. Oh, they know. Don't. That's physical. That's not abuse.
Are we recording?
Some parents. Some parents.
Let me look at it.
Some parents get so frustrated.
Get in the mic, X.
Yo, listen, some parents get so frustrated, they beat the shit out of their kids like grown-ups. We're not talking about that. We just talking about, yo, sit down. After I told you 17 times, sit down. Okay, you want to jump in there? All right. Like my mom, she used to have a 3-thing rule. If I tell you something 3 times, by the 3rd time I ask you to do something, the 3rd time's coming with hands.
Facts.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
That's legit.
That's it. That's not a...
The thing that concerns me is always going to be, if the ends justify the means, how do you cross the line in the sand? That is always my concern. Whenever making a justification.
You got kids?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
you-
what you don't know that.
fucking
You don't.
Different, yeah.
Conversation over.
All right, let's get back.
Conversation over, Barbette.
That
Barbette,
shit was
conversation
Let's
over.
get back to. Let's get back
I thought
to.
you had kids.
Can we get to
Obviously,
the?
Look,
our
Barbette,
fathers
look.
is multiples.
Can we get back to the
Bro,
topics?
listen, I
Please.
understand what you're saying, right? You're all right. You're saying that there's certain facts and studies that show certain things, right? So it is important to know these facts, right? Because if you know these facts, your beliefs, at least you might want to change your beliefs because we're so stuck on certain beliefs that we think is effective and things of that nature. It's how we were raised or whatever, right? So when certain facts contradict those beliefs, you're saying you think it's important to know certain things, okay? Understand that. When my child tells me to shut the fuck up, I'm probably going to make him shut the fuck up without telling him to shut the fuck up, if you know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, not, look, I don't believe in beating my kid, okay? I have a 14-year-old son
Alexa,
right now.
play Stairway to Heaven.
No, seriously, I don't listen. I don't believe in. I wouldn't listen. If my son is 14.
Eric
If he really
clapping
told me to
tears
shut
in
the
heaven,
f
boy.
up, right? Me. I really wouldn't beat my son. But you know what I would do with my son? I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I would become physical with him. But you know what I would do? I would just become physical with him to the point where I would demonstrate to him that I could have my way with him any way I want. So I might restrain him, hold him down, pin him down where he can't move his arms, his leg, he can't do nothing, and be like, listen, you. I understand what I'm saying though is I'm still becoming physical with him to the degree that I think he needs to understand something, right? That's what I was saying earlier. I can become physical with a grown man to the degree that I think he needs to understand my point. So I think that sometimes it calls for a parent to become physical with a child to the degree where they have to fully understand your point right now. Right,
Depending on
and
the
that you
individual child,
you
'cause we're
can't
talking about
disrespect me.
individuals.
You can't do that. I'm not going to tolerate that.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
not every child
punch your
go
kid's
need
head
the
off the
same
shoulder.
treatment.
Yeah, not every child.
But there's some. I'm not trying to. All right. So I've always believed this. Now I don't know if there's a study on this, that instilling fear in your child there's a healthy way to do it and there's an unhealthy way to do it, right? I don't want my child to fear me in the sense that my father will beat the shit out of me, you know what I'm saying, for any little thing. I don't want my child to fear me like that. I want my child to more so fear me as I love my father, I respect my father, I look up to my father, and I don't want to let my father down. My fear comes from letting my father down. I feel like that's a healthy fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's more of a respect thing.
I think that you have to be able to. Sometimes you have to. There's times where you may have to become physical with your child, but you're not abusing them. You just have to come if it calls for it. But I think the best way to get that across, bro, is having a healthy line of communication with your child, bro, and allowing your child to understand that they can communicate with you.
That's a fact. That's a fact, but that's still different from conflating abuse and just people who abuse their child. They do that because they don't have a healthy communication. Now, if you're raising a young boy, which I am, my son is 16. Yo, can we get to the top? My son is 16 years old. The laptop to the top of the topics. My son is 16 years old. One day he talked crazy to my mother. Got super crazy. And I had to yoke him up, like, fam.
What you doing?
That's my mother, bro. Like, don't.
No disrespect.
Yeah, that's
Quick
it.
question for all of y'all, right? Is there certain things? Well, Chops, you don't have a son, but let's just figuratively speaking, okay?
Nigga, I got nephews. I got little
All right,
cousins.
cool. All
I
right.
don't
No,
either.
but I wasn't saying you couldn't be
I got-
involved in the
I got
conversation.
multiple godsons.
Right, I wasn't saying you couldn't
He's
be
like, I'm a
involved.
dad-
No,
I'm
I
a
wasn't.
dad, period.
Look, I'm not saying you couldn't be. I was just saying.
I don't have
Figuratively
sons, but
speaking,
I
though.
was an uncle daddy to a few of my ex's kids.
Jesus Christ.
That's just
Anyways,
mad
go ahead,
weird,
let's go.
yo.
Go ahead.
Shout out to y'all.
Uncle Daddy, this is mad
That was
weird, though.
yeah,
That sound like the brother.
I don't know
that's
if I
just-
wanted to pause that.
Uncle
but
Daddy means you was fucking with your sister. What are you talking about?
yeah.
Uncle daddy's the terminology that I use.
That's what rednecks
Nah,
use to
you
fuck
know
their
the-
sister.
You know how it is.
You don't say.
Oh,
I-
that's
I
your
was
uncle,
daddy when I
daddy?
was in the house, but now that I ain't with the mother no more. It's like
That's
yo,
your
I'm
uncle.
gone.
Oh, all right. All right, I didn't clarify
I
that because
respect
it sounded
that.
mad
Feel
weird.
me?
'cause-
Chops knew where I was at with it.
All right,
Yeah,
my
I
fault.
got
It
you.
sounded
I'm
mad-
on- yeah,
Anyways,
time.
yo,
What's wrong with y'all?
it did sound crazy. That shit definitely
Y'all
sounded
gotta
crazy,
get your
bro.
minds out the gutter.
Nah,
Yeah.
that shit sounded
Word.
crazy, bro. Because people that sleep with their family members, that's Uncle Dad. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Hillbilly motherfuckers and shit.
I know that. But anyways, look what I was gonna say to this. With boys and girls, are there certain things is okay for your son to do that's not okay for your daughter?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Double standard.
All
yeah.
right, so let me ask you a question. Okay, they do exist. So your child is 15 years old. He's in high school. You find out that his science teacher was having sex with him. She's bad. She look good. She bad.
It's my son.
Your son, how you feel?
Is his mom around? 'Cause
No.
that makes a difference. Because I'm gonna talk while if his
Whether
mom's
the
around.
No, the mother could be around and all that, but how do you feel
How do
as
I
opposed
feel?
to your 15-year-old daughter having sex with her science
Now,
teacher?
see, gotta be more to it. So what's the
There's not more to it. What's the difference?
There's
What's
no-
the difference, bro? I'll
Hey,
tell you the
son.
difference.
Hey, son, you're doing a great job.
Yo, I want to say the same thing. Yo, I want to say the same thing, but also the repercussions of him doing that. I know it's gonna be a spectacle.
Yeah, hey.
He's gonna get kicked out of school. He's probably gonna be expelled
Yeah.
from all the school systems.
Why is he getting expelled?
That's what happens now. That's what
That's what
society
happens,
does.
yeah.
Nah, you're wilding.
Well, either way.
That's what's gonna happen.
Well, for me, either
He's
way.
getting expelled for cracking his teacher?
She's gonna lose
Yeah,
her job.
she
He's
gonna
gonna
lose
get
her job.
expelled. Yeah.
So either way, what I'm gonna
What the
do.
fuck? I didn't know that.
What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna either
You
way.
think they're gonna condone that and just let him go to school the next
Nah.
day? Like
Why would they
everything's
held
okay?
him responsible when he was the one that was
Because-
manipulated and coerced
he's getting kicked
and
out
all
of
this
school.
other shit by an adult?
Now, how old is he? 15.
Yes.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
That's his word.
Yeah.
So it's not really a form of discipline. It's more of to protect the school.
Yeah. To protect the
100%.
school.
Always is to protect the schools.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But realistically, what you're going to say to yourself is, guess who's getting an A in science this year?
Nah. What
if
I'm.
he don't get caught.
Yeah. What I would probably
even if
do
he
realistically
did,
is.
are you really going to be as upset
Yes.
that it happened to
Yes.
your son as your daughter?
Yes.
Oh, no, hold on. I'm giving you,
Yes.
hold on, X. I'm just saying.
Facts.
So that's how, all right, so X.
I'm gonna go holler at if it's the teacher. First of all, I'm going to deal. I'm dealing with the adult in both situations. I'm gonna go holler at this grown ass lady. Why are you doing that to my son? What's your issue? What's your deal? The man that sleep with my daughter, he might get physical punishment because he's a
definitely
man.
get physical
But the
punishment.
teacher that's a woman,
Ain't no ifs,
me and
ands,
you
or
gonna
buts
have a
about it.
conversation because you're sick in the
I'm
brain.
already in prison if the dude
Listen.
do it to my daughter. I'm already
My
in
daughter?
prison. You will get this
That's
interview
it.
from behind the wall.
My daughter.
It's
Word.
up.
My daughter,
You're
it's up.
buried.
It's up.
The upper room.
It's up before it's
Yeah.
even
That's
up.
what I'm saying. I'm
Now-
already. You getting this interview from behind the wall if it's my daughter.
Now my son,
I ain't gonna low-key,
my baby
son, I'm
mom.
gonna say some slick shit like, damn, she do got a fat ass though.
Yeah, but my baby moms might feel away.
Exactly
She
what
might
I'm
be on
saying.
some upper
Hey, yo,
room
just
shit.
keep that on the low, bro. They gonna kick you out.
Yo, kick you
Yeah.
out, man.
And my baby mom's gonna
I
have
might
to
be
handle
really
it.
with
Right,
my
yeah.
son like, yo, that shit was fire.
Yeah, word.
It's assault.
We just don't. Let's be honest though.
Depending, like, see now, a conversation needs to be had now because you need to understand.
That's why I'm asking
what
the
took
question,
place.
bro.
Did she like push himself on him and he was like a victim and he's weirded out about it? Then that's a problem. But if my son is like he knows what
That's
he's
true.
doing and he's okay with what he's doing, then
Your son is 15.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but I was sexually active early in life.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying? 15 ain't like
Listen.
really. That's around the age when you start being sexually active.
when
You
I was in
start
8th
being
grade,
curious. and
when
shit.
I was
Difference between being sexually active with children your age, right? Because it's like that stuff's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But understanding that
Listen.
a fully grown
We all
person
men.
who is mentally developed, dealing with a 15-year-old child,
Whose mind is not even developed.
Yeah, I get it.
that's fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course it is.
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
like you just said, we're not gonna act like double standards just don't exist.
Yo, but
Listen.
why we
Do I
acting
think
like
my son is gonna be scarred for life because he was cool with
No.
fucking his science
Yo.
teacher? No, I
No.
don't. If
Yo.
he's cool with it and he's like, "Yo, pops,
Yo.
listen, chill."
This is
chill.
why I said-
she
He
gave
was
me the
all
vibe. I
horny
went
ass
with
little
it. I was
adolescent
cool
kid.
with it.
Yeah,
Hold
but-
on, P. Hold on. If my son said, like you said, if my son realistically told me, "Yo, Dad, listen," she gave me the vibe. I picked up on it. I'm cool with it.
Right.
I don't like. I kind of went with it too, pops. I'm 100% cool with it. Like I'm cool. I'm cool, pops. Like this ain't. I don't look at it like I'm a victim. Like I'm cool with that. I wanted a hit. Like, okay, if it doesn't really, if my son doesn't grow up to be all traumatized and all, maybe he might really be cool with it, dog. Because men and women see things differently, bro. So a 15-year-old girl and a 15-year-old boy really might see something differently. Now, is it due to society and the way
and
we
he's
view
mature
it and
enough
the
to
double
handle it,
standard?
right.
And it's just, it doesn't matter. Psychologically, he might really not be fucked up from that. Let's just be real. But if it's my daughter, I know the chances of her being fucked up from it are probably far more probable than my son. So
don't
I'm
give
just
a
going to
fuck
treat
if
it
my
differently.
daughter
It
was
is
the
what it is.
aggressor.
Are they both, factually speaking, now we can get out of feelings. Factually speaking, have they both been sexually assaulted? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
because it's somebody older than them.
Yes.
So that's why I said initially I would go talk to the adult, the teacher. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're sick. What's wrong with you? Even if my son was with it, what is wrong with you that a 15-year-old boy did it for you?
I know my son's teachers is going to be like, he looked just like you. I'm like,
That's
bitch, stop
sick.
playing.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop playing. You trying to get some dick right now.
Because me and Junior will run a train on you. I'm just playing.
Now stop. All right, yo, stop. Yo, stop. We got to stop, yo.
We get wild up here.
Yeah. Of course, she better.
What if your daughter said, "Pops, chill, I'm cool with it. Like, I know what I'm doing. I won't be traumatized."
That's what I'm saying.
Your daughter says that.
No, it's different. It's different.
I don't give a fuck what
It's
my daughter
different.
say.
It's different because
Let's talk about why.
it's different because she's
Because it's my fucking daughter. That's why.
nah, but there could be a fear that women harbor that men just don't harbor, yo.
Bro,
It
all
could
I'm
be there,
hearing
I
is
don't know.
wild blather.
Yeah, it's just
Skype.
wild blather Skype right
saying.
now, and it's a double standards exist. It is what it is.
is what it is.
But at the end of the day, the way that you talk to the adult in the situation, it just is what it is.
You know how you're gonna address the adult, but what if you tell your daughter if she comes up to you and say,
That's fine. That's fine.
Bro, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Dog, he talking about going to talk to the fucking teacher, bro.
I'm not talking
if
to
you
nobody.
feel like something's wrong, if you feel like a teacher fucking shouldn't whether it's your son or your daughter, if you honestly feel that shit is wrong, there is nothing to talk about. You're not going to talk to the teacher.
I mean address.
You're either gonna inflict physical harm on that person, or you're going to get them fired. You're filing a
Facts.
police report.
Facts.
There is no conversation with the teacher, bro. So that's just cap, right? Second of all, if it's my son, I'm just gonna be like, yo, it is what it is, bro. I don't feel the same way about my son. I don't have a son, so I'm gonna say my godsons, my nephews, whatever. Like, yo, if you are fucking your teacher that's a female, I'm not gonna feel no type of way. I'm gonna tell them, motherfucking be careful. If it's my daughter, I'm burning everything fucking down. I don't give a fuck if she's cool with it or not. I'm burning everything down, bro. So
That's
like
what I'm saying,
that
bro.
shit
It's
is
just one
that's
of those-
just that's
it's
just
one
all.
of those
But I was
weird
in 8th
double
grade.
standards, bro.
We had a teacher. Her name was Miss Ventura. She was bad as shit.
So I was trying to
At
get
West,
to.
Bro,
she was
word.
bad
We didn't
as
have-
shit, bro.
we didn't have
Fire.
bro.
I'm
And if
not
she
gonna
would have let me
bro,
fuck, I would have
I
tried to
would've-
fuck her.
You ain't listen.
That's
you ain't get
it.
you
And
ain't
my
get
moms
busy.
could have been
Listen, you ain't
mad.
get busy in the shower to her. Let's keep it a stack.
Nah, I didn't.
Oh, I got busy in the shower a
didn't.
couple months. Yeah. Show you the fat
But
ass.
you
I
know
was
what
up
I'm
in there
saying?
like
Like-
this as a youngin. Yeah, I'm
But
trying
she
to
was
smash.
bad though. Like
Right.
she
You
was
know,
Word
I
bad.
had them teachers
Right.
that we looked at like, yo.
That's what I'm trying to say. You ain't never as a boy. You ain't never fantasized.
Stop
Man,
acting like
let's
we
be
never
honest,
had no
dog.
feelings in class. Like, yo.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. She got the little blouse button down. You leaning over the desk, titties is out and shit.
Oh, man,
You in
come
8th
on,
grade, you like she want to give me some pussy, yo, straight up. Yo.
Right.
You
And you
see how
would've-
she
and
be
you'd have
leaning
been
over
ready
the
for
desk
it,
like
too.
that? Like that's you know what I mean. That's because you young, you whatever. You know
The
what
crazy thing is girls think like that too, though. But we feel like they're taking advantage of, and they don't know what they thinking about if the teacher was to do. But with boys, we're like, yeah, he thinking like it's cool, it's normal. Like I was thinking like that too, but girls might think like that too. They might think that their science teacher's
They do,
handsome
it's
and
just-
stuff like that too, and he likes him. And but it's just different. I don't know.
And now I'm speaking specifically from the male perspective. Do you believe that you at 15 and you currently have the same reverence
No, you don't.
for sex that you do?
Of course you don't, bro.
Because if you don't, then off rip, then what you're saying doesn't hold weight because you're saying that you identify that me at 15, I didn't understand the significance of sex, but I understand now. So if you didn't understand at 15, your son is not going to understand at 15. If your son doesn't understand at 15, that 30-year-old teacher, she does. And that's the power dynamic that's actually the assault portion of it. Is understanding that I, as an adult, know what's going on, and this 15-year-old only understands that I'm horny. That's the only thing that 15-year-old understands.
Just-
Right.
He just want to hump.
Dad, I'm with it. But at the end of the day, he's just a fucking horny 15-year-old kid. He doesn't understand the significance of STDs and how that shit can fucking ruin your life. Having a kid and how that shit can change your life. Literally, he doesn't understand the significance of that at all. He doesn't pay bills.
But you know what is the same in most cases? He still ain't gonna be emotionally attached. He just wants some pussy, whether he's 15 or 30.
Because he's a man. And man go do man shit. Man go be out here manning.
That's not man shit. He's 15.
You understand what I'm trying to
Nah,
say?
you talking facts. There's not you're
facts,
talking facts. You know what I'm
are.
saying? But the fact is, I don't think that my 15-year-old son is gonna grow up to be traumatized from that experience. I really don't, because the way our culture is, bro, he doesn't view it the same way. So he's not gonna grow up and be traumatized.
Yeah.
He's
Not
not
as
gonna feel
emotionally
like a
attached as a
victim and
female
things
would
like
be.
that, bro. So he's not.
Out in different ways. So yes, he may not be traumatized in the way that we grew up understanding how trauma is, but ask yourself, do you think he's gonna respect women growing up?
You're gonna try to
He
crack
might.
everything.
As long as you teach him the right morals.
Respect women if he knows that, oh, at 15 I can crack down my teacher. You think he's really gonna respect women like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but his
Why
confidence
not?
is gonna be on 20. That's
Same
a
way
fact.
the same way you
Why
learn to
not?
respect women when you
I
younger
was-
and you know that there's
Yeah,
hoes
I
and
was-
there's good
I was
girls.
young, cracking older
Yeah,
women.
facts.
I don't have any less respect for a female. I was fucking 15, 16. I was cracking grown ass women, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't
don't
be
think it-
out here
I don't think
disrespecting females or feel like women deserve to be respected. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was mutual. That's what it is.
And I think even as being a young man coming up, that regardless of who you cracking, the respect for women part is something you have to learn anyway. Like,
Yeah.
even
That's something that you're taught.
even if you're cracking older women, you're cracking little girls, you're 8, whatever it is. Like that's just something you gotta. It's like a learning curve. We all gotta learn it at some point. So I think that like Chops was saying, when I say talk to the teacher, I just meant address. I'm going to see the adult. Whatever the fuck happens after that happens. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more on the adult than my kid. Because like you said, my kid, that's just what it is. That's how I look at it. It's more on the adult. Like, what's wrong? Something's wrong with you, the 30-year-old in
Absolutely.
the situation. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's
Something
it.
something's a little
Something
off,
ain't
but,
connecting
you know.
upstairs. But that's it.
All right, well,
All right.
check this out, man.
Let's go.
We got into this. So I'm going to introduce this podcast. Y'all now tuned into the Diamond Throne podcast. I'm your man, Nyce. I got my bro, Chopper 038 in the building. I got Peasy in the building. Xcel in the building. We got Los and Barbette in the background, man.
Yes, sir.
And y'all tuned in for some
Yeah,
fire
that's-
shit
yeah,
tonight,
hold on,
man.
man. That's Index Poppy, man.
Index Poppy.
Index Poppy in the background right there, man.
Yeah.
New IG on the way.
New IG on the way, you heard?
Yeah, definitely new IG name on the way. So speaking about what's good for them and not good for them, let's talk about it. Angel Reese situation, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, P. Break it down real quick.
Yo, so
All right, forget it. You're taking too long. So Angel Reese and Caitlin
like
Clark
y'all.
got into some shit, and they was playing in the basketball tournament,
Nah,
and
you can't
basically
cut me off and be like,
Caitlin,
they-
because you should have been
they
ready.
was
We're not
playing
doing that.
in
You should have been ready,
basketball
bro. You
games.
should have been
You
ready.
hear this dude?
Supposed to be ready,
You hear
yo.
this dude?
Supposed to be ready. You know what I'm saying? You're
Go
supposed to
ahead.
be ready. No, go ahead, P. Go ahead. Break it
No,
down
go
real
ahead,
quick.
go ahead.
Break it down.
So basically, he was Final Four in March Madness. LSU played the team, Iowa, and basically won the ship. And she's basically getting blasted for having unsportsmanlike conduct by doing the Tony Ayo, even though the media wants to say it's John Cena, but waving the
You can't see me.
The Tony,
you can't see me type wave, the Tony Ayo, that's what we call it, to the team during the end of the game, to celebrate her win. And she said that was like payback pretty much for how they took out her fellow SEC colleagues South Carolina, who's coached by Don Staley, out because Caitlin, what's her last name? Clark.
Yeah, she's
Basically
dope
did the
too.
same gesture to that team when she won to get to the finals. So it just was a whole bunch of backlash on her part. You had people like, what's that chick's name? Jenny Ortiz came at her, called it distasteful. Keith Olbermann, the dude who used to be on LSP, called her classless.
Who's the Barstool?
Barstool
Dave
dude, Dave
Portnoy,
Portnoy
he
called
called
her
her
a
classless piece of shit.
which is crazy because she's just a young lady playing basketball in a competitive sport, and you win, you have the right to be cocky, especially when the opponent was already being cocky already. She was just reciprocating that energy back to her. So shout out to Angel Reese and what's Camouflage's daughter's name? Flaugier Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's funny that you say that we had that conversation about the double standard with men and women because men try shit talk each other all day in sports.
All day.
When I watched the male
It's part of
Final
being
Four,
competitive
the nigga
in
hit.
sports.
I don't even remember. Dude from UConn hit the 3 and was waving by to the other team. Nobody said shit about it. So to act like women are in sports are supposed to not shit talk each other. They're playing ball. It's in the moment. Like in the moment, if you getting your moves off, you getting your issue, and you do whatever. And then the other part about it, the athletes weren't even mad. Caitlin Clark was like, yes, we were just talking shit to each other. That's just how the game go. Like,
But we have to be honest, it wasn't just about men and women, yo. There was a portion of America that definitely was upset about it because Angel Reese was black and she did what she did, and this same portion of America had no fucking problem with it when Caitlin Clark did it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't act like that really wasn't a component in why some people were upset.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One of the main components in why people were upset.
They applauded Clark and they
They
villainized.
shunned, villainized.
The same people that applauded Clark definitely
people.
villainized.
Yeah, they definitely villainized.
What
her.
they call it?
Angel
Ghetto
Reese.
and classless.
Yep.
Yeah, classes piece of shit.
Like, dude, Dave Portnoy called her a classless piece of shit. Like, first of all, you're talking about a girl. She's 20 years old. Like, to even just say that, like, as a grown man, 40-something, yo, she's a piece of shit. Cause
Yeah, the piece of shit.
Because
like,
she just did the Tony Ayo, bro. Like, that's it?
right.
That makes you a piece of shit. So what happens when, LeBron does the fucking after he hits 53s on a nigga, or Russell Westbrook screams. Is he a piece of shit too?
I'm curious to know his opinion on when Dana White slapped his wife.
Yeah,
Like, was
Right.
he
Was
was
he
he
a
a piece of shit? Did you tweet about that, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Did you tweet? How did he feel about Larry Bird or any of these
It
other?
was just a misunderstanding. It was just a misunderstanding.
Yo, Chops is stupid. It's just a misunderstanding.
You're blowing it out of proportion.
Then
It's
you-
just a
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
yeah.
Something between me and my wife. Nobody else has to get involved.
Right.
That's exactly
Yo,
how
she
he
snuffed the
responded
shit
to.
out of him. He had the right to swing back.
No.
We're not even gonna get into that, bro. We're not.
No.
We're not gonna get into that. All I'm saying is that I wonder how Dave Portnoy, whatever his name was, spoke about. You know, like you have this right here, and I don't. If you were silent on it, then it's funny to me that you were silent on that. You didn't speak
Word.
on that, and everybody else spoke on it, and then you had a whole bunch to say about a young college girl that just did this to another girl, but you labeled her a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Like that's crazy. When I think of piece of shit, I think of like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, piece of actual
Like, piece of
people
shit.
that are fucked up. Like
You
she
know?
in the moment went like this, and then after she won, she was like, "Word, we got
School
the ring."
shooters, pieces of shit.
Right.
How you a piece of shit for
I
that?
just love how the narrative when black people do shit, it's
Mm-hmm.
always you're a thug,
she's a
you're a
thug,
thug,
you're
or
ghetto.
you're a gang member. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I remember when I was younger, I was labeled a fucking thug and a gang member before I even really understood, because gangs wasn't around here. So
Right.
It was like before I really understood the concept. Like we was just friends hanging out in the hood, being young boys. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like there's always that narrative that's pushed on black people or even people of race. Like, you know, like there's
Nah, but mainly black people though.
yeah, but mainly black people. Mm-hmm.
Black people.
It's just a double standard, and I just be finding that shit funny. Like Larry Bird talk shit. Like, yo, he's great. He's
Greatest
nasty.
NBA player of all time.
Greatest NBA player of all time. Greatest shooter of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucking if I don't know.
If
pick-
Jordan talked half the
Magic
shit Larry
Johnson.
Bird did, bro.
Jordan
Magic
did,
Johnson.
though.
Magic Johnson, right?
Right.
He's a
Jordan talk
fucking
shit, though.
he's
And
a
I
show,
bet you them
he's
same
a
people that
showboater.
love Larry said
Yeah.
He's all these other things like that like have like a negative connotation to it, and I just don't understand like why there always has to be negativity when black people like do something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the fact that we're just treated different is crazy. Let me tell a quick story. Me and my man, we was working one day in Quincy. We was finished painting the house, so you know we go into a bar. After to go get some food, he's like, "Yo, I got the spot, whatever." So we go in the bar together, right? Yo, we walk in the bar. Everybody in the bar. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody in the bar just got quiet. It felt like one of the movies when like the record goes right. Yo, it was crazy as shit, right? So like everybody stops and just looks at us, right? And you know what I'm saying? Like I just keep walking. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm kind of used to this shit. I'm just like, yeah, like shit. I'm in Quincy. Like you know what I'm saying? I feel like that when I'm in Holbrook or Whitman or Stoughton or Canton or
Right.
New Hampshire, Maine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's normal. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not right, like I've normalized it over the years. You know what I'm saying? So we get our food and we leave, and he was just like, "Yo, that was crazy." He was like, "Yo, I've never experienced some shit like that. That was just wild." And I said to him, I said, "Yeah, that's what it's like being black, bro." And that's honestly how I felt. Like, yo, it just is what it is. Like I've normalized it because I've been dealing with it for so long. But that's just what it is. I mean, the first time I got called a nigga, I was fucking 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like 8 years old. Why do I got to be called a nigga at 8?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not right, but I mean, it ain't the first time, it ain't the last time. You know what I mean?
It's definitely not right, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, being 8 years old, you shouldn't even have had to deal with something like that. Unfortunately, you have people in this country that they hold certain views, man, and those views were passed on from generations and generations of their people, bro. And they'll be continued to be passed on. And some people might break the cycle, and some people won't break the cycle, bro. And I really believe, like, I don't ever really see racism completely being eradicated. I just think that some people will either break the cycle and some won't. And slowly it can kind of like die out. Like I don't think it's as prevalent as it was back in the day, right? But it's still prevalent today, right?
I just can't wait till everybody's light skin.
I was gonna say, right, because everybody mixing, right? Everybody mixing.
You got some melanin in you now, don't you,
In
mix?
the future, pretty much,
You just American, ain't you?
Races, everybody's gonna be pretty much integrated.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what they
that.
say.
But what I'm saying is like
30, 40 years down the road.
I don't look at racism like how it's not like a disease where we can find a cure for it, so to speak, and you can get a pill and it will go away,
train of
right?
thought.
It will
It's
go
learned-
away.
It's learned behavior.
It's learned
Right,
behavior.
because
100%
if you
learned
ever
behavior.
see a young person today, specifically like a young white person, right, who is racist, right, bro, they are not just naturally like that. Somebody passed that on to them, and they chose to continue
100%.
that cycle.
That's a fact.
They could have made a decision to say, I'm not going to do that, but they chose to make that decision to continue that cycle. And that's why it's like, I don't feel like it will ever go away, bro. Like, it'll still be there. It just depends on how prevalent it is and on how much it will affect you and how much you'll allow it to affect you to a certain extent and things of that nature,
Yo,
bro.
do you remember like in the late 80s, early 90s when them white dudes used to ride by Pine Grove in that red panel van with the fucking bats and the chains trying to
Early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
I was
like
young. I was
looking-
only like 7
looking to
years
whoop
old.
black motherfuckers, bro. Like, yo, they used to like hunt. Like, yo.
They chased down Jim down before.
Yeah.
Remember
Nah,
Jim,
no-
right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I know that in our hood there was certain things that went on, and I don't want to talk about.
Yo, I don't
want to
get into them. I already know what you're about to talk
but
about. I
yeah,
don't wanna
like
get
we
into
knew,
them.
and that when I was younger, I knew what that was over, and I was like, that shit was crazy, man. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's a fact, man. And the media, the way that they portray things, we know the media definitely portrays black people differently than the way they portray white people. We know that. We see the way a black person does something. I mean, not the way, if a black person does something, the way the media says thug, gangster, they'll put a fucking mugshot up there of them, but let a white person do something, they'll show a fucking Christmas picture of them and say how, no, dead ass with their family and just say how they had mental health issues or something, right? Yeah. So we know that there is a problem. There is a problem. There is a racial bias in this country, especially the way that the media presents certain things.
That's a fact. And I just wanted to add, like, to call that girl a piece of shit when she's literally like, I don't want to go to the league because I'm studying for my doctorate. I'm trying to get my degree. But, like, ghetto people don't do that.
Right.
Like,
that's a fact.
She's
Ghetto
like,
people.
They asked her,
all
yo, do you
colors
want to go
don't
to
do
the
that.
WNBA? She said, nah, because with the NIL deals, I'm getting more money than a lot of the top players in the WNBA, which that brings another conversation about the WNBA. But then she was like, I also want to finish my degree because I'm getting a doctorate, and I forgot what she said she was studying. But she's doing her thing.
Absolutely.
That just goes to show you how you can be judged as being a black person. They don't judge your acts; they just judge how you look.
They
She said
judge
she
you-
never fit the
your-
narrative,
your
man. They
color,
be calling
that's
her
it.
ghetto
Yeah.
all year.
Huh?
She said she never really fit the narrative, man. They was calling her ghetto all year.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
They was critiquing her.
What
all
I like
season.
about it is she's unapologetic,
She's
bro. You know what I
unapologetic.
mean?
Yeah,
And I
she's
tip
her.
my hat to her, like, yo, be like that. Stay like that. Don't let anybody try to change you, man.
And we won't be
because-
going to that White House.
You keep doing your thing.
No, she actually reneged on that statement.
She did?
She's going there.
Yeah, because they rescinded Iowa's invite. That's why.
Yeah, because fuck Jill Biden. How about that? How about that? Fuck Jill Biden.
Yeah.
Fuck Joe
Because why are
Biden.
you really inviting the losers? That has never been done in however long, and now you
It's
want to.
never been done ever.
Ever. That's what I'm saying. It's never been
Never
done
been
in
ever.
however long, and now all of a sudden you want to invite the losers for what? Why?
Yeah.
Because they look like you?
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of
Get
here.
outta here, man.
And I don't care what she say, the president's wife or whatever. Fuck you. Cause you that was just crazy. Let's invite both of them. No, for what?
Nah.
For they lost. They lost. You
Joe
know what I'm
didn't know
saying?
nothing about that. Joe was like, hold up.
He can say fuck you to the president, but I can't say nothing about kosher eating motherfuckers.
I know what you see.
Like, goddamn, man.
Nah, listen, man.
He said, "Fuck you" to the president's wife.
Hey, fuck. Fuck her, man.
Yeah.
Jill Biden, you can eat a dick straight up.
Yo.
I didn't say all that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, fuck you. Fuck you. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, that's fucking
I
crazy.
can't-
That's hilarious.
yeah, I
Nah.
can't.
I'm saying that, yo, for real,
feel
because
you.
at the end of the day, if Iowa won, she wouldn't have been like, well, let's invite LSU. You know you wouldn't.
Nah, she
You know
definitely
you
wouldn't
wouldn't.
invite
You
LSU
know
to
you
the
wouldn't.
situation,
So,
man.
you know, like, get out of here. You want to invite these bitches because they look like you. That's why you want, I feel bad. Let's invite both of them. No.
you ain't know how to
Fuck that.
host
Also
them.
the times though. Everybody
I don't
else-
give a fuck about that
There's
shit.
an award for second and third, fourth place now. Since when?
Right.
Tired of that shit.
See, that's why. That's one thing. Look, I didn't vote for Trump. That's one thing I know Trump would have been like. They lost. Fuck them.
Fuck
And Trump would have been like this.
You
Trump
lost.
would have done it. Look, Trump
You're
suck at-
losers.
Look, Trump's funny ass would have been like this though. Hold on. Did LSU win? Will I look good if I invite the black team here?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely invite
Yeah,
them.
invite
T
them.
was
Come
onto
on.
some shit.
Bring
man.
them here.
Come on.
Right? He'd have been like, bring them here.
Big T was probably one of the most honest presidents we ever
He
had.
said they lost. You fucking losers. For real.
You lost. You're losers.
You're
Because
losers.
Yeah,
they're
you're not
losers. They
coming.
weren't good
America,
enough.
we don't like
good enough.
losers in America. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, nah.
right.
Yeah,
Facts.
but speaking of winners,
That Caitlyn girl, you was close, but not close enough.
my man Izzy, man. Shout out to Izzy.
The style
And
bender, man.
The style bender. Now, they also said he was petty for his little
Yo,
celebration because
he went at the son. He went
But-
at the son. He was like, yo, he imitated the knockout. Like,
yeah, but his son went in the ring when Pereira knocked him out and did the same thing. He fell.
fell, yeah.
That's why he did that. 'Cause he
Yeah,
was
I
like,
saw
"Yeah, I
that.
knocked. You want to make fun of me? I knocked your daddy out again in the moment. You just knocked out a nigga that beat you up 3 times in a row. The adrenaline you feeling right now, you can't even describe that. So he just, hey, yo, whatever. I knocked
You
your
see
daddy
the son
out.
over there crying and shit, crying. man up. You better man up because
It's
you was
the
in the
UFC,
ring.
man.
You were in the ring.
You
You were in
step
the
in the
ring
ring,
doing
you
all
get
that, and his
knocked out.
father, or whoever condoned it or whatever. So you know what? I was like, when I seen it, I was like, oh yeah, hey, guess what? You know what that means? What comes around goes around.
Yeah.
Your son just learned a life lesson.
Valuable
what comes
lesson,
around
little
goes
homie.
around.
literally watched another man beat the shit out of his father. I think he's more concerned about that than being taunted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying he was crying because what Izzy did to him. He was crying because he saw his father get punished.
Crazy, like the internet, they're very selective about the shit that
Right.
they said about. Like,
Twitter, man.
he was there throughout the whole.
Twitter, internet.
Right.
He was watching his father get the shit beat out of him. Then people are upset that Izzy literally taunted him afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
It's just crazy selective, like.
Yeah, the
and-
knockout
and they
was
act
funny,
like that was the reason why he was crying or something. That's not why he was crying. He was crying because he saw his father just get his ass
Get
whipped.
knocked out and like not move. His father was
His
frozen.
father was out,
like,
bro. He was
yeah.
out. He-
The knockout was
Yo,
funny as hell though,
he
because
drugged him,
Izzy
bro.
just
Izzy's quoted and saying in the post interview, "I'm petty, bro." I remember the first time Pereira knocked me out in Brazil, and his son came into the ring and then and started to lie dead next to me, and I'm like, "Yo, you fucking little asshole! I'll whoop your ass if your dad don't do it for you."
hey, he's
Hey,
honest. I
listen,
like
bro.
Izzy. Respect.
Don't
him.
stop talking about abuse. You might trigger
Yeah,
somebody.
you might trigger him again. You might trigger him again. Nah.
It is what it is,
You
bro.
might trigger him. Nah, but I think the knockout was funny. Like actually watching the fight, like. Homie got close to Izzy, and Izzy just threw everything he had. He threw every punch he had in the arsenal, like
And he caught him.
real
Caught
quick.
him,
But
man.
something's gonna
He caught him.
land.
He
Like,
caught him.
Go ahead.
but it worked.
I mean,
though.
there's people saying that he whatever they call it, like he let him into that shit or whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't. I mean, I'll be honest. I was watching the fight.
I
Did
watched
y'all
the fight
watch
too.
it?
I watched the
I
fight.
It
seen
yeah.
the
looked
highlights.
like dude
See
was.
the highlights. I ain't gonna say
It
that.
looked
Watch
like dude was whooping him out the whole fight,
Yeah,
bro.
it
It
did.
really did, and I was really going, damn. He looks like he's whooping him, bro. Like some people just it's your match. Like doesn't technically mean he's a better fighter. Like with Pacquiao and Marquez. Marquez ain't a better fighter than Pacquiao, but he had the style and he gave Pacquiao a run for his money every fight.
Right.
But I was really watching it and I was just like, damn, dog, he's kind of getting his ass whooped right now. And then they say that he rocked him to sleep or whatever with
all it
that
takes,
shit.
though.
And they say he purposely did that. I don't know about UFC. I don't know about martial arts. From an outsider looking in, it looked like he more or less did that shit on accident. Like he was getting smacked. He swung. He caught him. And, he didn't put his head down. He realized he caught him and then caught him with a left, caught him with a right, slumped him, and it was over. Like, it seemed to me like it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean,
For me-
it
That's all
looked
it
like
takes,
more of
though.
an
That's all it takes.
accidental type of shit. Like, oh shit, I caught him, and he did what he was supposed to do. But it didn't really look like he did it on purpose.
Yeah, for me, I watched MMA. The right that he hit him with the first time when he slumped him, like when he hit him and knocked him over, like he hit him. That right was on purpose because he was hitting him with that right, like all the fights they had, he was hit. But I think he just hit him. Was like, oh shit, I got to open it. Wow, and just start throwing a bunch of other shit.
Him, right? Yeah.
He's like, oh shit.
He just unloaded combos.
Yeah, he just unloaded because he knew. I feel like he knew that I can't waste the openings I have with this dude because Alex Pereira does hit hard as shit. He hits harder. He's a middleweight dude, but he punches like a heavyweight. So if you got an opening, you got to take that shit. And I feel like Izzy just was like,
I mean, he won in great fashion, bro.
Yeah,
He won in great
crazy
fashion.
knockout.
And
Crazy
from what I researched about him, he deserved it because they say he ducks no wreck, bro.
No, he
So,
doesn't.
like, he ducks no wreck, bro.
No smoke.
He fights everybody he's supposed to. He's not a Floyd Mayweather of the UFC, bro. Like he don't duck any wreck, bro. Everybody that he's supposed to fight, he fights. And I respect that. So when I found that out about him, I was like, oh shit, that's what's up. He won, man. Like it was for me, that it's good to see you win like that, bro.
Even
I
the dudes
respect
he's
dudes
not
that do
supposed to
that.
fight, like he went up a weight class to fight the light heavyweight champion just to see if he could. And he lost, but he still went up to fight.
And him and dude really kind of had like I don't know if it was real, but it appeared to look like they had real beef with each other.
Yeah, they had a real issue.
You know who else
had a
looked like they
dislike.
got? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just said they had a dislike. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looked like they had real beef with each other.
I was gonna say, who else be looking like they got real beef with each other? There's this Maino, Troy Ave, and Wack 100 situation.
Yeah, that shit sounded. You seen the video with Maino where he had pulled out Troy Ave's chain that he had that night from the night of the shooting?
Yeah,
You seen the video?
that shit was wicked.
And the shit was he really had the shit on ice. He had the fake ice on real ice.
Yeah, the fake ice on real ice in the Maybach. I
did,
seen
though.
that video. Yeah, that was kind of
That shit was
strange,
crazy, bro. And then Wack does what Wack always do because he's all about entertainment.
It's only entertainment.
He basically said, Maino, like, you saying that about Troy Ave now, but right after the shit happened, you had pulled up a post saying how you fuck with Troy Ave, blah, 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 blah. And now all of a sudden you acting like you don't fuck with him or whatever. So you flip-flopping, you know what I mean? You basically doing shit for clout or attention or whatever.
Right.
And they had a little bit of
Said something
words.
about his show being canceled.
Yeah,
They had a little bit of word.
Word.
They China Mac I seen had a live with Wack, and Maino chimed in for 2 seconds. Maino legit chimed in and said, "You a bitch, let's get to the violence. You talking about people I cut. You a bitch, let's get to the violence." And he cut his camera. He didn't say nothing else. And then Wack went on to say how he got relationships with certain people that know Maino, and when Maino got cut by Boxing Bar beat him up and gave him a wedgie. I don't really, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
But Wack, you can't
Wack.
believe them stories.
Nah, man.
know.
I just think Wack just be sitting back. He loves
He's a
this shit
super troll, bro.
because not only is he a troll, but he prides himself on being a West Coast dude, right? So he's sitting over there like this playing puppet master with all these dudes from New York, and he's just loving that shit. Like everything that he be in, a lot of this shit got to do with East Coast dudes, specifically New York dudes. And he just be sitting back laughing. I personally I like the way that Maino be moving, how he carries himself and everything.
Facts.
But I feel like if Troy Ave was your man at one point and you scooped up his chain after the club that night, that shit is kind of questionable. And then you held on to it, you know what I'm saying, which was questionable too. And then you went and tested it to see if it was real or fake. More questionable, because that makes me feel like you was trying to go pawn it or some shit. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't really know what his intentions was. You know what I'm saying? Like, one minute y'all are cool, the next minute y'all not. And mind you, this, I can see if he did it after he found out that, you know, Troy Ave was telling or doing funny shit or whatever, but you did it the night after, which was just mad suspect. I don't know. That's just my
for
opinion.
the record, though, you know Maino's girl did get shot that night.
Yeah, she
She
Oh,
got
I
shot in
didn't
the
know
leg.
that.
She did.
She got shot in the leg.
Yeah. And
She
she
was
was
the victims that got shot.
That's a little different.
he was the
That
last one
changes
after he
everything.
said he was the last one to leave because he was like
Yeah,
told the
because
story. He was like, I just met
you
Shorty.
you took off on some coward shit, and Maino's like, I took off. I was the last one to
He was
leave.
the last one to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
man.
But
I
you did,
recant my statement.
but you did say something about Wack 100 that was funny when we was coming up with this topic. He was like, Wack 100's like Snoop Dogg and Half Baked with the drama. Like whenever there's drama, he just pops up. Like, nigga,
Yeah,
where did
bullshit.
you come from? Like, where did you, like, what do
He
you have?
does. He just pops
He
up.
just pops up.
Phenomenal
Like,
with that shit,
here's
bro.
my take. Like, fam, wow, you shouldn't even have no take on this. Like you said, yo, West Coast dude, how you got to take on with East Coast situations going on?
You
Like,
gotta take on everything.
yeah, you got to take on everything.
He be
Club-
going crazy.
Clubhouse.
Yeah, I was about to say he be going crazy on Clubhouse, bro.
Arguing with everybody, man.
From what Maino's saying is that he never really had an issue with Troy Ave. It's like y'all ever met somebody who may exaggerate like how tough they really are or something of that nature, but like you don't really entertain it as long as they don't bring that shit your way.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right.
facts.
So basically, Maino's like, yo, we was cool, bro. I ain't never really had no problem, but I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like the things that transpired that night, is because of what you did. You came in there and you tried to be tough, and because things didn't turn out the way that you wanted them to turn out, you decided to do some sucker shit and tell on this man and make it out like he was the hater, y'all was the victims, and you was just battling some stone cold hate. And he's like, that's not what happened, yo. That man was there that night just chilling. And Maino's not the only one that said that shit. There's other people who were there that night that said, yo, that's not the way this shit went down. You know what I'm saying? They all are basically saying the same thing Maino's saying, right? So Maino's like, yo, now that you doing some sucker shit and you just ratted, now I don't fuck with you at all. And I'm gonna expose you for who you really are. That's why I kept this in the arsenal. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, people can agree with what he did. People can disagree with what he did. I'll be honest. I'm a little biased because
You fuck with Maino.
I like the way Maino move,
Yeah, you
bro.
fuck
You
with
know I do. I
Yeah.
do pause. Not on some. I like the way Maino move,
Maino?
bro. I like the
Seen
shit
that
that he
earlier, bro.
says. I like the shit that, you know what I mean? I like the way he moved, bro. So at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I don't know, man. I just think that Wack trying to throw salt on him and trying to get people to think that, you know, they trying to say that because Maino calling Troy Ave a rat. Troy Ave trying to say Maino's a rat.
Right.
Trying to say because when him and Box Bar got into it, when he cut Box Bar and then Box Bar ended up cutting him back, whatever, later, they ended up in the same camp together. Box Bar cut him back, and the police said that Maino said, you know, this just happened. This stemmed from an issue we had a long time ago. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And Box Bar said that he wanted the hearing so Maino could come in and say that he never said that. So then he wouldn't get no hold time. He said Maino never showed. He declined the hearing, and he got 2 or 3 years in the hole because of that shit. So technically, in prison culture, that's considered ratting because you didn't go and refute what the police said that you said. Me, I didn't see it as ratting because all he said was that started from that stemmed from some issue that me and him had from a long time ago. He didn't get into
Right.
details. He just said we had an issue from a long time ago. That's all it was. I don't understand the ratting shit behind that.
Nah, that's ratting.
I don't understand the ratting shit behind that.
Because if
Me and him had an issue. We ain't getting into it. That's it.
Yeah.
I beat somebody up. Not to cut you up, but let me just say, because I was in this situation real quick. I wiped somebody down before, and they were like, what happened? I just said it stemmed from some shit from the streets. That's all I said.
yeah, but you was the aggressor.
No. I wasn't the aggressor. Well,
You
I
wiped
made it look like, I made him come to my cell. I was like, you going to come to my cell. So on video, it looked like he came to my cell, but I forced him to my cell. And then we got busy. I crushed him, sent him to the hospital, whatever. And, you know what I mean? They was like, what happened? I just said, yo, it just stemmed from something from the streets. That's it. That's all I said.
Yeah. Now if
I feel like Maino said the same thing.
so, all right. So let me understand this correctly, right? So dude cut Maino's face.
Maino cut him first.
Maino cut him first.
Yeah.
Right. But when dude came back and cut Maino's face, right? So that's when they had to go to this hearing, right?
I guess after the yeah. They
So
had, the D report.
Yeah. So Maino basically said that he cut my face because of some shit that happened.
He just said
Way
that
back.
he just said that we had prior issues. They said what was it? He just like, yo, we had prior issues. That's all he said.
Yeah, I don't. That's
It's shaky.
Yeah, that's definitely shaky, bro.
Yeah, it's a shaky situation.
I don't see that as ratting. I really don't.
if
I don't.
if if Maino had cut his face and Maino said that shit, then it would be like Maino's just saying that like, yo, yeah, I did that shit. It's from some old shit. But the fact that dude cut his face and Maino saying this is for some old shit, you're basically fucking putting a stamp on the story that, yo, this nigga cut my face. That's why he went to the hole for 2-3 years, because he's saying, yeah.
No, but they know that he cut his face. It wasn't no secret. Like, they knew that they was banging in the barbershop.
But he could have recanted if he recanted.
They banged in the barbershop and then.
But if he recanted the statement, then homeboy went to the hole for 2-3
Yeah, I
years.
definitely get.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
I definitely
get what
it.
you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know how it is. Maino was. I mean, I don't know. I'm biased. I feel like Maino's just like, yo, fuck him. It is what it is. Whatever. You know what I mean? I went to the hole. Maino is labeled a predicate felon, bro. So he did mad ice time, mad whole time. So he's just like, fuck you. I cut you. You cut me. Fuck you. It is what it is. What happened? We just had issues with each other. That's it.
What happened? What happened?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, you could say that, but at the end of the day, I don't really think he ratted though.
That's it.
Excuse me?
What happened?
Yeah, I don't think that shit's ratting.
I don't know what happened. I don't
That's
know what
just
you
me.
talking about. How you get the cut on your face? What cut? Oh, you want to be a tough guy? I ain't being tough. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah, right.
We both go to the hole for 30 days, 60 days, whatever, and then we both get out. Nobody said nothing. He went to the hole for 2-3 years.
I don't think you're gonna get out when it's. I don't.
He
you
might
cut
not, but I'm
somebody-
saying he went to the hole for 2-3 years
You cut
because
somebody, you ain't just getting out like that. But then again, the other dudes were saying that there's a history of the police making things up in prison and putting words in people's mouths or whatever, and there's a whole bunch of history behind the shit. Me personally, I don't really think that shit was right, and it was just like, yo, we had issues, bro. It is what it is. It ain't nothing.
Right.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it, though.
Yeah.
I just seen that today.
Nah.
I seen it today.
Who is dude though?
Who is dude?
He's a YSL member, so the other dude's supposed to be a YNF dude,
YFN Lucci, right?
right? And he got him tied up in a cell, and he's basically about to scrape his
Tattoo
YSL
off.
tattoo off. He's trying to attempt to.
And then he started scraping his tattoo,
Started
right?
scraping his tattoo. Yeah.
Oh. Nah, I mean.
But in the beginning of the video, he like pissed on him on some crazy shit.
Hey, man, listen, man. That's what happens, man. You signed up for that life, bro.
Again, right? Sign up for that life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
to my understanding, the reason why he's doing this to this person,
Niggas locked up, committing crime on camera in a cell is
It's-
wild.
Phil, first of all,
Wild, crazy.
But I mean, if you,
this is coming from somebody who's never seen
yeah, I mean, you gotta understand, bro. It's when I don't know who the dude's doing it. I don't know who it is that's doing it. He could have a life sentence. He could
he
know
could.
that he's not going home. He might have exhausted all of his appeals, and he really doesn't care. And he just
fuck.
did whatever he was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
that's just what it is.
So, but you think, so assuming that this person actually is a snitch, because the reason why this person's getting beat is because
But they're a rat, supposedly.
Yeah.
fuck him.
Well, yeah,
Fuck him.
He should have killed him.
do you guys agree that this is like, that's the proper,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, 1,000%. If you
Fuck 'em.
ratting,
If he's a cheese eater,
if you ratting,
Bro, I don't. One thing I hate, I
rat.
despise, yo.
Get Ratatouille the
rat,
fuck
I
up outta
despise
here.
rats, yo.
Yeah.
I'm talking. I despise rats, yo. I don't care. I hate them to my core. I hate rats, bro. I don't care. I wish they would have did worse to him.
Because here's the thing.
I'm not even lying to you.
Here's the thing. Like, a lot of people don't understand it. Like, even I ain't never been to prison, nothing. But here's the thing. Ratting is not honorable. It's, we signed up for a lifestyle. We get jammed up. And now I go rock with the other side to either lessen my sentence, lessen time on me, whatever. We agreed to this. Play this game. Now the game is over or the shit got real and you switch sides. It's not an honorable thing to do. So whatever happens to you when you become a dishonorable person, that's just what it is.
I got you.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna put it in civilian terms.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go to the casino. You sit at the table, you gamble. You lose $2,000. You go to the ATM, you use your credit card, you lose another $3,000. You go to the pit boss and you start illing on them, telling them that they took your fucking money and you want your money back. Does that make sense? Because you knew you was gambling, right? So why the fuck are you gonna go and try and tell on somebody? They knew what they were signing up for.
Facts. Facts.
That's it. It's just about accountability.
Yeah.
Stand on them same 10 toes you stood on when you stepped into the game.
Word.
That's it.
That's all.
don't
It
give a
doesn't
fuck.
matter.
What,
You
like
sign-
the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit?
There's no honor amongst thieves, bro.
Just because there's betrayal, that doesn't mean that you're justified in being dishonorable. Because it's just like all right, let me give you this example, right? So if say I fuck your girl, right? Does that mean it's cool for Bobette? Hold on, let me change that around. I can't put it like that. All right. So look,
he's about to go.
no, I got it right. So say your man fuck your girl, right? You and Bobette's tight like this. Does that mean that it's cool for him to fuck your man's daughter now?
Nope. Nope.
Now understand what I'm saying. Understand why I'm saying this, right? Because what you're doing is you're justifying to be a fucking crud ball. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Fact.
You got to stand on your values and your principles as a person, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If a man can't stand on his values and principles of a person, then what kind of man are you really? You know what I'm saying?
So again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is where things become, and this is just me playing devil's advocate. Again, full transparency. I've never been in that life. I've never been to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So take my opinion with a grain of salt. But you're saying that in a life where you get to assault my mom, but if I come up in court after you assaulted my mom or did all this crazy shit, and I tell them, yeah, he did that shit, I'm a rat now? To me, like, conceptually, that doesn't make any sense. Because now you're saying, like, from an honorable standpoint, where was the honor when you was beaten?
There was none. There was
Oh,
none.
nah, but hold
There
on.
was
There
none.
was
So, like, this
There's a distinction.
No. Hold
there.
on. There's rules. There was rules to the game, bro.
Right.
The rules were always no women and
you
no
are-
children. At least that's the rules that I always thought was a
Right.
rule. No women, no children. You know what I'm saying.
And again, correct me if I'm mistaken, but to Tekashi, bro,
They fucked his girl. They didn't
fucked
rape
his-
her. They didn't rape her. They fucked her.
And Tekashi,
She was willing.
Here's the thing about that. Tekashi wasn't a civilian. He signed up for that life. He was on the phone making hits.
Yeah, put money up
Rapping
on
like
people's-
he's a gangster.
This is what
He
you
signed
need to
up for that
understand
life.
as well, bro.
Once you sign up-
you need to understand that the game is really a dirty game.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of foul shit that can go on in the game, bro. And this is why people that aren't involved in that game cannot comprehend why anybody would ever want to get involved in the game.
Right.
Because they'll say there's so much foul shit in the game that you still have to honor the rules, even knowing that all of this foul shit can happen to you, etc. And you still have to honor the rules regardless of all of that.
Right.
And somebody's gonna go, yeah, that's the rules. And they're gonna go, that is the most irrational thing I have ever fucking heard in my life.
But you know what's rational about it? Somebody like me, I can walk anywhere, any jail, any fucking street, anywhere, carry myself with my head high and have a sense of pride. While the rest of these motherfuckers, and I say motherfuckers, I'm talking about these rap motherfuckers, they gotta hide in certain areas. They can't go certain places.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not accepted in certain rooms. You know what I'm saying? and that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like anywhere I go, I'm good. I carry myself as a man. I stand on what I stand on. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm sure you do too. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But the difference is that I was on this side of the fence and you was on that side of the fence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for the people that was on this side of the fence with me and they did some bullshit, like
You did some flagrant shit. It
you
is
did
what
some
it
flagrant
is.
shit, and yet you'll never
Those
you'll
are the
never
rules,
be
bro.
accepted.
That's the rules,
period.
bro.
Yeah, that's
like
the rules.
that's why you have to understand what you're signing up for in its entirety, bro. You have to. There is never listen,
Gotta read the
there is
fine print.
never anything in that rule book that says under these circumstances it is okay for you to rat. It's just there's nothing, bro. There's nothing ever. If there was a rule book, there is nothing in that rule book that says it's okay to rat. It's just not. That's just the rules, dog. It is what it is. It is what it is. And if people don't accept it, then don't get in that game, bro. Don't get in that game. You gotta understand there's people that are smarter than other people. And they're not as reckless and they move the right way or they move better than the next person. And the only reason why they're sitting in jail right now is because some piece of shit who
Right.
got caught up decided to say, I'm not going to take responsibility for my shit. I'm not going to be a man and be accountable for my shit. I'm going to go and deceive somebody who I have a history with, I have a relationship with, and I'm going to take this person from their family and everything so I don't have to be from my family and I don't have to be away from my siblings and friends and I don't have to do I don't have to be accountable for my bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the lowest fucking thing you could do, whether you're in the streets or not in the streets. It's just the lowest thing
it's
you
just
can
not
do.
honorable,
Bro,
man.
if you get into trouble for some shit that you know you were doing wrong, you knew it was wrong when you signed up for it, you chose to do it, you just you take what comes with it. That's the bottom line. And when you don't do that, you know what I mean? You didn't just go and set up Peasy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you also inflicted pain on Peasy's children, Peasy's wife, Peasy's moms, and all of that shit.
Right.
Because you fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? Like you made a conscious decision to say, I don't care. I know I wasn't supposed to do what I was going to do, but I can't take responsibility for the conscious decision that I made and the consequences that come from it. I'm going to take down somebody else now. That's what I'm doing.
So
you know what I mean? Like it's just you got to be a real cold,
special type of
special
Special
type
type
of
of
piece
person.
of shit to do that, bro.
Yeah.
So that's
You really
why.
do,
That's
dog.
also why I say like the game really ain't built for everybody. Because I honestly believe if you sign up for the streets, like say you sign up to hustle or whatever, right? You gotta know that when you sign up, you also gotta be prepared to possibly kill somebody someday, because you're gonna get tried.
Right.
Straight up, you're gonna get tried. Now you can try and avoid that shit all you want, and maybe you might skate through. You might not ever have to put in no serious work like that, and that's a great thing. I'm happy that you make it through that shit. But situations like you was just talking about, like that deserves street justice. You know what I'm saying? That's what we consider street justice, and you got to know that like you got to be prepared to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can make it through and you never have to do nothing like that. But that's like the difference when we be talking about like hustlers and killers and goons and like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be prepared for all of that.
Right.
There didn't used to be different categories. You got to be prepared for everything that comes along with it, because you're dealing with the grimiest of the grimies. You're dealing with the snakes, you're dealing with thieves, you're dealing with robbers, you're dealing with hustlers, you're dealing with motherfuckers that want to fuck your wife, fuck your girl, envious people that want everything that you have and is willing to take whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? People that literally just play their position next to you because you doing good and they can't wait to find their little opening to snake you. Like, that's that world. You know what I'm saying? It all comes along with it. It's not just a little something where you're like, yo, yeah, you know what? I got a little weed connect. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna push this weed real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stack me, 15, 20,000 real quick, and I'm gonna go buy me a car, yo, and I'm straight. Like, yo, shit ain't that easy. You know what I'm saying? That little $15,000-$20,000 that you trying to stack to go get that car.
Somebody would kill you over that.
Motherfuckers will rob you for all your work. Motherfuckers will kick in your door and fucking tie you and your chick up, put a gun to your kid's head, all types of shit. And this is all like this is real shit, like real shit that I've either experienced, I've been around, like my peoples I've been through. Like it's just real shit. It's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's why like I don't understand why people be playing games. Like we had a conversation a few podcasts ago. You know what I'm saying? And Nyce was talking about how like like certain people are hustlers and he never looked at him like that. Like, yo, he wasn't built like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, you're right. He wasn't built like that. He didn't deserve to be in the fucking game.
Yeah, didn't give him a right to tell.
Yeah,
right.
You're like, no, it didn't. You know what I'm saying? It definitely don't give you a right to tell, but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. You like no one forced you to get in this shit.
Word.
Yeah.
It's a
No one tells you
decision.
like, yo, you better sign up for this gang right now. I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. Mm-hmm. Nah, motherfuckers sign up for gangs for their own selfish reasons, whether it be protection or whether they want to be down, they want to be liked, they want to make money. It's for their own personal reasons, their own selfish reasons.
Facts.
And when shit don't go how they thought it was gonna go, because they thought everything was all fucking peaches and cream, and now the shit go left. Now you want to tell. Now you want to bring the people. You want to bring the people down around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. That's just not honorable. You know what I'm saying? You're not taking no accountability for your actions. You know what I'm saying?
If you wanted to be the police, you should have just went and been.
I'm trying to tell you, you probably would have made more money and been more successful. Like, had a good credit score and some more shit,
bro. I don't got no look, man. That video today, bro. I'll tell you right now.
Nah, I don't feel bad. No way. Yeah, he signed up for it.
But you got to understand, you got 4 individuals up here that came from a certain lifestyle,
right,
bro. And regardless of engaging, not engaging, I still suffer from the effects of people that have ratted on me before and friends that I hold dearly to me right now who are gone right now because of rats. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just, I just have no sympathy.
I got no love for that.
For somebody that made a conscious decision and decided to go that route, bro. I have no sympathy for you, dog.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? You knew what you signed up for. That's it. That's as simple as that, man.
Well, speaking of accountability, my nigga Jim Jones,
bugging out.
He's bugging the fuck. He got to take accountability, man. He's wilding. So the top 50 rappers list came out maybe, I don't know, a couple months ago. Jim Jones must have just seen it because he's tight. That Pusha T is on the list. And he said he would either replace Pusha T with himself or NBA Youngboy. And I don't understand how he can say that because Pusha T, even though he was part of the Clips, like, Pusha T's one of them dudes, dog. Like, as far as lyrics, bars, even record sales, like, Grinding is one of the... Grinding is probably one of
his biggest records.
Yeah, Pusha T.
On the top 50.
I believe so.
Who?
Pusha T.
I believe so. I believe so.
Think so?
And if we was to replace him, I wouldn't be putting Jim Jones there. You feel me? Like, that's a whole NBA Youngboy.
I wouldn't be putting NBA Youngboy up there.
Yeah,
but
like, if we're gonna replace,
I'm not quite sure that Pusha T would be on my top 50.
All right, give me your top 50. Then. That's like,
yo, that's crazy.
That
nigga top said, okay, give me your top 50 right now.
I was gonna say top 50.
It would be here for 3 hours, man. Like,
nah, but I mean, it would take a lot of thinking and shit. But I'm being honest, I don't know if I would put Pusha T on my top 50. I'm not saying he's not nice.
You would know if he's in your top 50 or not. You would know.
I think.
I don't know, off rip, dog.
If you're saying he's not in your top 50, that means you wouldn't have him in your 50.
Yeah, I
He
think-
probably wouldn't be in my top 50 is what I'm saying.
You could comfortably, obviously not right now, but you're saying you could comfortably talk about 50 rappers. Think about it. And think of like comfortably.
No, I have a better question.
50 rappers are better than Pusha T all around.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not saying I would or I wouldn't. I'm just saying I'm not sure. I don't.
Yeah. All right.
I don't
can't-
know
I
if
can't even
I
really
don't know for
truthfully
sure
think
if he would be in my top 50.
10 or 15
He
that are
might
better
be.
than
He
Pusha.
might not be. I'm not the biggest Pusha T fan. I'm not. But I give him his credit. Like he's nice. I'm not. Pusha T's nice. He spits. He get. You know.
Well,
he get to it, bro.
But
He
one
talks
thing
that
we
shit.
all agree on: if we was to replace him, it would
wouldn't
not
be
be with Jim Jones.
Right. Let's keep it a stack.
No.
Summer in Miami.
And it damn sure wouldn't be with NBA YoungBoy.
No.
He definitely wouldn't be on my top
Like
50.
I give.
Yo, he's huge on.
I don't give a fuck how who's he is.
Yeah,
He's
but-
huge with kids that are like 19 years old.
Yeah,
Boy got
he
the crazy
pause.
following.
That was crazy. He's huge.
Yo, damn shit.
Top 5.
You guys can at least say your top 5.
Jesus Christ.
Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Jay-Z,
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Jay-Z.
I was just gonna say, right.
You know what I mean? Hove.
Dylon.
Oh yeah, like that's, you know what I'm saying? I think
Peasy.
yeah, I think to have Push for me, I think Push would be in my top 50, but
Definitely my top
like
50.
because his impact with the Clips, they're probably one of the best groups. You know what I'm saying? One of them. I'm not saying they're one of the best groups ever. And then his solo careers, he wrote a lot of stuff. Nigga wrote the McDonald's jingle. I'm loving it. And a diss record.
Who else
And
get-
he wrote
Who else
RB's.
get features from Jay besides him and Jay Electronica like that, bro? Almost every album. Pusha
Yeah,
got a Jay
nah. I
feature.
think I just think Jim Jones, this was hate, man. Jim Jones was hating, man. Like, I understand that Jim Jones, he's just now getting to a lyrical level where he feels like he can compete with the guys that bar up, but this wasn't like, nah, bro.
Yeah, facts are different from feelings.
Yeah. You know what I
We
mean?
gonna go
Like,
back to that.
yeah, like
Lots of
facts
different
and feelings are
feelings,
not
'cause
the
Jim-
same thing. Like,
Jim
as a
stopped.
rapper, you're supposed to feel like, yeah, I'm the best, da da da.
what
da.
I'm
But
saying?
then it's just sometimes,
Top five.
yeah, sometimes you gotta put yourself up against the metrics, dog. And when you put yourself up against somebody like Pusha T,
When you do the math, it ain't mathing, Jim.
nah, it's not mathing, Jimmy.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
you know what I'm saying? So
Also
Let's just
seems
keep
like he
this
found
that.
his newfound friendship with Drake has a lot to do with what he was
yeah,
saying
true.
about Pusha too, man.
Yeah, that OVO check must have super cleared. But yeah, man,
The Harlem Muscle. Pause.
you already know what time it is, man.
That's why I said that math ain't mathing.
Yeah, the
bro.
math ain't
So let's get
mathing.
into some math that is mathing.
Yeah, let's get
because,
into some
you
math.
Jim
Knowledge
talking crazy
born.
shit.
Yeah.
What's
So
the science, baby?
let's do it. Today is the 11th. So the math is knowledge 1 + 1 = 2. Knowledge, all being born to wisdom. So wisdom is the reflection of knowledge, right? It's how you walk, it's how you talk, how you dress, how you carry yourself through life, right? You have to make sure that your actions reflect what you know, right? A lot of people walk around. I can tell what you know by how you act. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if we want to get deeper, the 11th letter is K, which is king. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our men, we should walk around here acting like kings. You got to act like a king for me to call you a king. A lot of people use that. We misuse the fuck out of that word. Peace, king, peace, king, peace. A lot of you niggas is peasants. And that's just what it is. So your
Jesus Christ.
2 is also, wisdom is also,
Jesus Christ.
2 is also what we call in the gods, we call women wisdom bodies. Why do we call them wisdom bodies? Because a lot of women reflect what the energy that their man puts into them. You can tell how happy a woman is. If you want to look how a man runs his household, look at the woman he's with.
That's a fact.
It's just a fact. If you want to tell how a man runs his household, ask his wife. She'll tell you.
Not to cut your wisdom, somebody told me, a good friend of mine, who he's God body, and he told me, yo, Nyce, your woman is a direct reflection of you.
Exactly. She's a direct reflection of you. So, you know what I'm saying? But I also wanted to get into this. This is my topic for the day. A lot of people, it almost has something to do with a topic that Chops brought up a couple podcasts ago. A lot of people fear criticism, right? And to fear criticism, that's not good because what I was taught by OG, he told me one day, the people who can't do, they critique.
Facts.
Say that again.
The people who can't do, they critique. So a lot of times as a person, like me as a public figure, I'm a rapper, whatever, I never read comments. People like, why? Because a lot of times they are given by a motherfucker who never crafted a bar. They don't know what it takes to craft a bar. They never sat down, scribbled anything. You know what I'm saying? Only really advice I listen to when it comes to my craft and what I'm perfecting is people who are ahead of me, who mastered the craft. And 9 times out of 10, if you listen to somebody who's ahead of you, they're never gonna hate. They're just gonna offer you advice. Like when it comes to this podcast, there's a lot of people might critique this podcast, but you don't know what it takes to sit down and talk for 2 hours at a clip. Like it might look easy, yo, niggas just set up mics and do lights and that. But you don't understand what it takes to come up with topics, what we gotta pay, what we gotta do this, all the things that make this show run. The right segues to make this shit flow. So it's easy to sit at home and, well, you guys
Anybody could do a podcast.
Anybody could do this.
I seen a sucker say that one day, and he knows who he is.
Now, if somebody like a Gillian Wallow or Joe Budden comes to me like, yo,
What's
X.
his name, Nyce?
Like, yo, X, I watched you do.
I was already in his inbox, so
yeah.
If he talk crazy, I just expose the inbox.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But now for Joe Budden come to us or Gillian Wallow or somebody who got, they're not going to hate. They probably going to be like, yo, I see what you got going on. Yo, add a little bit of this. Do a little bit of that. Do a little bit of that. That's constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is something you can build off of. If I can't build off your criticism, it's just hate. You understand? So you should never be scared of what people think of you because 9 times out of 10, they're only talking from their brain. Yo, if that was me, I would have did Why ain't it you? Why? Because you don't. So like I said, I'm gonna just repeat that again. Those who can't do, they critique. And that's my topic for today. But we can also segue into
I was gonna say, well,
the wildest
the
thing I've
wildest
seen
shit
on
you
the
see.
internet.
We want to talk about this shit.
The Dalai Lama is
This is
tripping,
just
bro.
crazy.
He's wilding. Did you see it?
The llama was Dalai.
Yeah, he was Dalai Trauma. That's what they
Llama
calling
was
him
doing
now.
some weird shit.
Listen, man.
I guess that's part of their culture. He giving her hugs and
What?
with the tongue out.
Nah.
It's part of their shit, man.
I don't even want to talk about this.
Listen, man. Let me tell you something, Dalai Lama. That was nasty. That was old freaky work. You look like
Crazy
an old
nasty
creep.
work right
I
there.
thought it was a voiceover, but it's not. It was really you saying that, bro. Like
And the people around him was laughing.
we got to That's not a joke. You tried to apologize. That's
you
just
gotta
not
tell the
funny.
people what the fuck
So the
happened.
Dalai Lama, he went to go hug this little kid. He stuck his tongue out and told the little kid, "Suck my tongue." Pause. Super pause. Pause.
Resume.
And then everybody around him was laughing, which I don't understand that as adults. First of all, if that was my kid, Dalai Lama's getting his chin punched off, right? Regardless. And then he tried to apologize and say it was a joke, which that's not funny. Like,
Everybody in his little, I guess, camp or whatever try to say he's known for joking like that.
nah, if you
Those
known for
ain't-
joking like that,
Those
then
ain't good jokes, man.
listen, man, that was old, nasty work. You look like an old, creepy dude, and now, like, pause on you, pause on your life. Whatever God you pray to is not happy that you did that. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
Pause on your life.
Because that's not in no book. You be walking around wearing no drawers on under your robe. He's an
Under your
old
robe.
freaky dude, dog.
That
So,
shit was just mad.
Get
weird,
you all the way the fuck out of here, Dalai Lama.
balls just out.
Dalai Trauma. We getting off
Trauma.
Dalai Trauma because you traumatized that little boy. That's what you did, man.
Oh shit.
So we getting off that topic. We're gonna get into more important topics. You know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
hit
Which
him,
is
yo.
Speaking of llamas, Dalian.
yeah, the dollar is Dolly to the dollar. They're trying to
Dollar.
listen, man.
Dollar to the
China,
dollar.
Russia, Saudi Arabia, and a bunch of other countries now are moving away from the American dollar and with their trades now. I have notes on this because it was a lot for me to write.
I got a little something.
Go ahead, Pease, while I pull
The
up
deal
these
was
notes.
announced Wednesday will enable China and Brazil to carry out trade and financial transactions directly, exchanging yuan for reais, and that's the Chinese currency, and reais being the Brazilian currency, or vice versa, rather than the first converting the currencies to the U.S. dollar. Brazil and China have reportedly struck a deal to ditch the U.S. dollar in favor of their own currencies in trade transactions. The Brazilian Trade Investment Promotion Agency, Apex Brazil, said the new arrangement is expected to reduce costs and promote even a greater bilateral trade and facilitate investments. China is Brazil's largest trading partner, accounting for more than a fifth of all imports, followed by the United States. According to the latest figures, China is also Brazil's largest export market, accounting for more than a third of all exports.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? It's big business over there.
Big business, and why that's happening is because ever since Russia, they annexed Crimea and started going into the Ukraine, the U.S. government basically put a lot of sanctions on them and cut them off from trading with our dollar. Now, any trade that's done across the world and done in U.S. dollars has to be approved by an American bank. So when we have the power to give people money, cut them off, do everything. And then they cut them off from the SWIFT messaging app, which is basically Cash App for countries. That's how they trade their money.
That's how they send their money.
That's how they send their money to each other.
Program.
So, and then with China, if you put Donald Trump, when he was in office, he hit China with a bunch of taxes and tariffs and all of that when he was in office. So they basically got together, in layman's terms, like, yo, America's bugging. They put a bunch of sanctions on us. They're trying to cut our money, cut our water off. And they got together and was just like, yo, let's trade with each other. And we don't have to use American money because China has also been trying to, because their yuan is right under our dollar. So they've been trying to rally with other countries to make their currency more important than ours. And hold on, one more thing.
I respect Trump for that, though. He said, go ahead, fuck around, I'll cut your water off.
Yeah, they was cutting off water. So the U.S. froze $300 billion of Russia's foreign reserves and banned some of its banks from using the SWIFT messaging app. And China, they basically they're using their money to buy oil from Russia, and then Russia is buying like technology and semiconductors and things of that nature.
Electricity transmitters.
Yeah, electricity transmitters. Now our government just approved $842 billion to fight China and Russia, just in case China starts buying arms and starts buying things to enhance the arms, because they feel like if China does that, then there will be a world war situation. Now, my opinion, this is just my opinion, there might be a world war situation, but I don't think it's going to be like the old world war where they storm the beaches and all that. I think it's going to be silent, where I shut your currency down, I shut this down, I shut that down. So just be on the lookout for it, because it's getting crazy out there, man. Now they got Saudi Arabia and...
Why do you think that most Americans don't know or care about this?
Because they don't deal with the trade directly. It doesn't affect them directly.
It doesn't affect them
You know
directly.
why? Because me and you can still go to the store and get the shit me and you need.
Yeah. And if
Until
you...
it's not in the store no more.
That's a
and then
fact.
when it's not in the store no more, then that's when it's going to affect us. You got to remember, like during COVID, right? And when everybody was going crazy trying to find toilet paper and paper towels,
Mm-hmm.
you going up at Walmart and Family Dollar, and they was like, you only could buy one roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, imagine that shit happening now.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers
and
be stressed out.
like, cause I got a lot of friends from other countries just do the battle rap. I got friends from the UK, Australia. America operates in a vacuum. Most Americans don't know shit about what happens outside of America. So we operate in this small little vacuum. Like, I've had regular conversations with my friends, and I'll say something, and they'll be like, "You're such a fucking American." Like, then what you mean? Like, y'all just care about y'all. Y'all don't care about nothing else. Y'all don't give a fuck about anything that happens outside of America. So a lot of Americans don't know, because we think, oh, Saudi Arabia, man, well, that ain't us. China, that's not us. But China makes a good. I don't want to put a number on it because I don't want to get fact checked. China makes a good number of our products, and Saudi Arabia owns a lot of our oil and shit. So they own a lot of things that we do. So we just gotta watch this and be careful, man.
They pretty much locked down all Latin America right now.
Yeah, they locked it down. So speaking of this, America, the government just dropped their app, FedNow, on the back paws of the Cash App founder Bob Lee getting killed in San Francisco. He died. They said he was out at 2:30
I
in
got
the
some
morning.
information right here. According to an earlier statement from the San Francisco Police Department, officers responded to the report of a stabbing early Tuesday morning in the Recon area of San Francisco, where they found a 43-year-old adult male victim suffering from apparent stair wounds. Officers rendered aid and summoned medics to the scene. The victim was transported to a local hospital with life-threatening injuries. Despite efforts by first responders and medical personnel, the victim succumbed to his injuries, the police statement said. Multiple local news organizations cited unnamed police sources saying Lee was the victim of a stabbing. Police indicated no arrests have been made, and the investigation remains active.
I wonder where he got stabbed at.
They said the financial district.
No, I mean like where on his
Oh, in his body? Oh,
Yeah.
doesn't stay.
Like,
Probably punctured like his lungs, or like maybe he got hit in the heart or something like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Or like one of the vital organs,
Yeah.
right?
and they said that.
Because I know people that got stabbed a good amount of times, and they didn't die, and they be good, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's just kind of
fishy.
I don't know. Yeah.
And they said there was a video of him like after he got stabbed. He was like stumbling around, but they don't have like it didn't show like the actual interaction of him getting. You know what I'm saying? It just showed him like
That's weird how they would have the
stumbling
video
around.
after the fact, but they don't have the video
Yeah,
before.
Must
so
have been like the angle where the camera was.
Or maybe where it was at.
Yeah, so when
He was
I'm
also visiting San Fran. He didn't even live in. He lived
Yeah.
in Miami.
yeah,
He was just in.
You know the
just San Fran.
conspiracies are floating around.
Oh,
They're
super.
saying,
You didn't hear about all the crypto billionaires?
that's what I'm saying. They're
just getting
saying
knocked off?
the Fed thing just came out, so they want to eliminate Cash App. So now he's, he got taken out and shit like that. Man, I'm hearing all types.
I just want to
of
know
stories.
Been
like
like 5 crypto billionaires. That
I'm
passed
not really
away
paying that
mysteriously.
shit no mind, yo.
yeah, I just want to know who
I'm
did
not
it.
paying that shit no
I just
mind.
want to know who did it because I think like somebody like that who owns something like that, like I feel like they would.
Yo, who left the access? Well, I just wonder who did it.
Nah, because here's the thing, like somebody who owns
You ain't never
a,
gonna find out who did
yeah,
it.
exactly. That's the point. Somebody who owns something like that,
Joe
like
Biden did it.
they're definitely probably gonna put it on like a homeless bum or you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be one of those like a homeless vagrant just stabbed him. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, because somebody who you would think somebody who owns like a company like that or something that's just that crazy, like they would know immediate, like they would have it. So they're gonna put on a bum did it. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
It could be one of those random acts, but also
It could be.
when you're a person of that power, you never know. It's just always gonna be that conspiracy circling around that type of act.
That's why I don't entertain them shits too much. I was
So
just
it's
like, all
gonna
right,
be
yeah, all right. We're never gonna find out.
None of us is gonna know.
There was some psychopath that likes to chop people up and he just fucking ran down on them and just happened to, and
We
it just
poked him.
happened
He
to be
didn't
the
chop him,
guy
we poked him.
from Cash App, whatever, chop him, poke him, whatever, same shit. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of power,
Oh, hey.
right? I notice in a lot of relationships, that you always have somebody that is you have a stronger person in the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. And I noticed that in certain situations, you have a pleaser and you have a taker. Mm-hmm. If you I feel like in order for a relationship to work, you got to have some type of balance. You know what I'm saying? There has to be give and take on both sides. But I just wanted to address like trying to please too much for the sake of not arguing, how detrimental that can be to your relationship. Me personally, I'm kind of an assertive person with my communication. I wasn't always that way, but I am that way now because I noticed that me naturally I'm a pleaser, and I noticed that when I was trying to be more of a pleaser, like I used to try and I would be quiet a lot myself. I wouldn't speak up on certain things because I didn't want to cause conflict. But I realized, or like I'll speak up on it, but I'll like sugarcoat it. You know what I mean? Like I really wouldn't get across how I really feel about something. Like, and I noticed that in them situations that I would end up being the person that was unhappy because I never really got across how I was really feeling. And and so what I found out was a solution that was for me to be more assertive. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being passive or passive aggressive, I'd be more assertive. And because I'm a firm believer in speaking what's on my mind, and I'd rather you be uncomfortable, me getting off my chest, how I feel, rather than me being uncomfortable and living with whatever I'm trying to hide for the sake of not arguing, because it kind of goes back to that same saying, you know, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. And you got to stand on certain things in a relationship. It's supposed to be a balance, like I said. And you know, for me, I feel like if you give too much, you're never going to get really what you want out of the relationship. You're never really going to be happy. It's just going to be a matter of time before you end up to that point where you're just going to be like, enough is enough.
Exhausted yourself.
Yeah. So, I just want to tell our viewers out there, be assertive, not aggressive, not mean, but be assertive. There's a way that you can address whatever issues you have, or, whatever concerns you may have, without being, callous or anything. You can get off your chest what you want and come to a common ground. You know what I mean? So
I would say,
babe, I don't like the way you snore.
Look at he's trying to bring it back.
no,
back to kids,
I'm
yo.
saying that some kids deserve to get their ass
beat.
whooped.
You heard?
You know
Some
what I'm
kids
saying?
deserve to get a broken limb.
Jesus Christ, Peasy.
Just saying.
You can't say that.
nah, but I get what you're
what I
saying,
mean.
Pete. Sometimes,
This nigga here,
I
man.
mean, Chops,
Gonna
I
get
get what you're
canceled,
saying.
man.
Like, you can't be scared to be the bad guy sometimes, man. And some people will take your assertiveness as you being a bad guy. Or some
Right.
people will take your honesty as you being a bad guy. Some people will be offended by your honesty, bro. But at the end of the day, you can't sacrifice your happiness or your tranquility or your peace, bro, for other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because while they're gonna be happy over there, you're over here miserable, bro. And it just, it's not the way life works, bro. You'll be a lot more comfortable with being honest with people. You just need to get used to dealing
Yeah,
with
like
it.
it's
You get
okay
you
to
gotta
have
get used
conflict.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah,
okay to
like-
have conflict as long as the conflict is healthy. Like I don't know how you expect to build.
Try to explain healthy conflict for the
Healthy conflict is me telling my wife that, I'm trying to think. I gotta think of a good example. All right, healthy conflict would be me telling my wife, "Look, babe, when you're not working, and I'm at work, when I come home, I want a nice cooked meal." You know what I'm saying? Now, I might know that she might be looking at it like it's her day off and she wants to enjoy it resting. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm doing is she might feel like she's being attacked, like she feels like she's not being a good wife because she's not, like I feel like she's not being a good wife because she doesn't have a meal ready for me. You know what I'm saying? But me, what I'm doing is I'm letting her know what it is that I want. So now what I'm doing is I'm actually just creating a discussion. You know what I'm saying? Something that we can talk about. There might be sometimes when she can cook, sometimes when she can't cook. We might be able to find a compromise. But what I'm doing is I'm opening the door for discussion, as opposed to me coming home like, damn, this chick ain't fucking cook again, yo. This shit's crazy, yo. She been home all fucking day, yo. She ain't make nothing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm mad inside because I feel some type of way. So now I'm walking around with an attitude. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pissed off, but I'm really holding in what I wanted to say. And she's wondering why I got an attitude. So now my negative energy is rubbing off on her.
That usually creates an argument
And
in most households.
and it creates an argument
That's
at
a
the end of
fact.
the day. By the time she really gets it out of me, like, yo, what's wrong with you? Now I'm mad because I've been stewing on the shit. You know what I'm saying? And now we have a bad conflict. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can't swallow your tongue. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay to have healthy conflict because it's the only way that you're gonna work through your problems in order to make things right for y'all to find that balance.
Question pertaining to that: do you have any tips to how to approach that conversation?
My
Yeah, what's love got to do with it?
No, I watch. I
do not watch Love Got.
Yeah, don't watch that.
So what I like to do is
anime.
That went over Pete's head. He was like, nah, because of the.
No, because I know you was going. I'm
right
trying to
over
be
your
serious
head.
on this one. That's all.
so
It's informative information.
So me personally, I try to never address certain things that upset me while I'm upset.
Right.
I'll wait until we're happy. Maybe we're like out at dinner and we're chilling, when having a good time. You know what I'm saying? And I'll address it then. And I'll I'll make sure that my tone is even, obviously, because I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, yo, babe, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what you think? You know, maybe I might pose it as a question, like, babe, you think, certain days, when I come home, I really be hungry, like, yo, I really miss your cooking, you know what I'm saying? I was looking forward to it the other day, something like that, like kind of maybe turn it into a compliment or a suggestion, you know what I mean? So that she doesn't feel like she's being attacked. And if we're all in a good mood, it's less likely that she's gonna take it like she's being attacked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's key. That's key.
Yeah.
That's key. Though.
Yeah.
That's the key.
See, you got the big words. I don't got the big words.
But I think an important thing that you denoted, which I think the viewers should understand, is that you communicate with empathy first.
Absolutely.
And that's your secret power right there.
Yeah.
Understanding that when you're talking, when you were describing that whole situation, you were like, well, maybe she's going through this, or maybe she's feeling this.
Right.
Definitely being empathetic.
You're empathetic.
Being an empath.
And then you communicate.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand that's the healthiest version of yourself that you can present yourself.
Yeah, that's a fact.
See, you good.
I like that guy.
That boy good.
That boy good.
That
Yeah.
boy good.
Nah, but
that boy, hey,
Look at
But-
like she was over there like.
But
yeah.
just like I used to tell Rui and Lou, man, your voice is loud, but you got to get a mic, man, if you want to.
Yo, but yeah.
Up in here, man. You know
But
what I'm
also
saying?
too, your overarching theme brought up a quote. Like I remember this quote. It said, "The person that tries to find peace with everybody else creates inner conflict in themselves."
Absolutely.
So you gotta get that up out of you. Like,
Absolutely.
And you know what? Like you said, we put bad connotation on the word conflict. It's just a discussion. It's just a
right.
we not
It's just-
agree. So we
it's like
just
a
just be
taboo
a
around it, so
disagreement,
you know.
bro.
it's just, it don't even have to be that. It's just
And you can't
low
allow
friction.
people to overstep boundaries, bro, for the sake of trying to keep peace, bro. You can't.
Yeah, nah, never that.
Can't do that, bro.
Facts.
Absolutely.
You're gonna be you're just gonna disrupt your own happiness, bro. Like you have to have boundaries in every relationship, friendship, monogamous relationships you have with women, whatever. There has to be boundaries because it's everybody is worth something, bro. So you should have boundaries, bro. And you can't let people overstep them boundaries. It just shows that you don't respect yourself, and they're gonna see that as well. So I mean, don't sacrifice that, bro. Always stick to your boundaries, bro. As long as they're within reason.
Yeah, for sure.
But stick to your boundaries, dog, and don't be scared to address something for the sake of not wanting to make somebody upset or whatever, bro. Because like the ultimate message is, you're just gonna be unhappy at the end of the day, dog.
Facts.
Absolutely.
And as you get older, I'm telling you, bro, as you get older,
motherfucking
you're not gonna
cake
want to be
Yo,
unhappy,
here this
bro.
guy goes.
My fault, man.
Yeah, but now speaking of
I mean,
your
before
mind,
all of that, bro, it's a perfect segue because all of that would avoid a lot of that shit. Is there certain things you should ask your partner before you really decide to take certain steps forward with them? So get to know your partner, man. You know what I'm saying? And I posed the question: what are some important things that you should ask your partner before you take that extra step?
for me, probably how you deal with anger. What is it? How do you deal with your anger? Do you fly off the handle? Do you shut down? Do you silent treatment? How do you deal with it? Because at the end of the day, a lot of times you can't unsay words, right? So a lot of times when you're angry, you might say something, you might cut your partner down. This motherfucker, da 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 da. and you're like, yo, I was just mad, but that shit live in their heads forever. Like they might never recover from that. And if it's somebody you love, like somebody you love telling you something crazy, it hurts.
Shit
like,
builds up mansion in the brain and lamps there.
Yeah, for real. Like it plants a seed and it just it grows.
My boundaries is don't call me on my name. Don't call the police.
Word. Never call the police.
Know how
Definitely don't
to know
call
how to
the police.
communicate effectively. And you got to be able to cook. You got to be able to cook.
Yeah.
Cause I can cook, so you got to learn how to cook too. We got to, cause I ain't gonna cook all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you got to hold your weight.
I can co-sign that.
And
Chops
I want a
can
woman
cook for real.
And I want a woman that knows that likes to cook more than I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I want my shit to be like appreciated. Because I'm gonna do it once in a while. You'd be like,
2023, you want a woman that cooks more than you do?
yeah, absolutely,
I do.
absolutely. Because when I
You
cook,
saying it like it's fucking weird.
when I cook, I want you to be
2023
like, I want it to feel like extra special. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
damn,
sound like it's weird,
he
bro.
whipped up that
No, it's not
shit.
weird. We just live in the microwave era right now. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't really know how to cook like that.
I don't give a fuck if you put it in the
used to,
microwave.
though.
I do care if you put it in
You
the
better
microwave.
learn.
But
Listen,
if I'm hungry and you ain't got nothing
YouTube.
cooked,
Here's
throw
also
some
the
in
thing,
microwave.
PG.
That's
It's
cool.
2023. We have Google, so if you can't Google a recipe,
Get
like,
Google
come on,
recipe, follow
B.
directions.
That's it, man.
you better get you some Hello Fresh or something. I
Hello
don't know.
Fresh.
Shit.
Hold it
Shit,
down.
see, right there, boom. That's one thing I asked my partner. Can you follow directions?
Yeah.
Can you read a recipe and cook me some shit if I ask you to cook?
Yeah.
And if you did, like, if Shorty couldn't cook, but you did see her get the Hello Fresh, and she was like, all right, you trying to put it together. I see
effort.
you trying, you know what I mean?
Yo,
Like,
it's
for
set
effort,
medium heat, not high. What do you burning the shit? You're burning the steak.
We cook, not nice, but we cook. We know that.
Why you got single me out?
damn, he
You don't
did.
cook, my G.
Yeah.
You
Go ahead.
stress it all the time.
I bet. I bet.
You burn popcorn, my dude. Like,
Yo, bro,
you know
I
what
ain't
I'm
burn
saying?
popcorn, but I did evaporate some water one time when I was trying to boil some eggs.
You
bro.
see what I'm
So,
saying?
you know what I mean?
that's bad.
That's
see what I'm
bad.
saying?
It's bad. But I admit it, I own that shit.
That's the basics. It's bad. We got.
Well, I'll say what
But
I
you know what I'm
like.
saying? When it comes to seasoning, though, it's something that's like a knack. You got to have a knack for seasoning. We discussed that before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's something you can't just read in the book and pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
You know,
Nah.
There's no changing them.
There's no changing them. We've had this
There's no
conversation
changing them.
before several times.
but I bet you this. I bet you
I'm
he'll
about to
eat
be
some
40,
shit and
bro.
tell you that you don't know how to cook.
word. He'll tell you
I tell you,
trash.
I tell you that. He
Nice
might not know
opinion
how
on
to
shit
cook,
is
but he gonna
fast.
tell you that your
This
ass
is
don't know how to
trash.
cook.
This shit is whack.
Yeah,
This
yeah, nah, that ain't it, dog.
That ain't it,
That
dog.
ain't it, dog.
That wasn't
Know
the one
that.
right there.
All right, but for me, a big thing for me is something kind of along the lines of what Xcel said of like how to deal with your anger. But I need to know, like your history. What traumas have you suffered? Any traumas, and have
that's a
you
good
dealt with them traumas,
Trying to heal.
or are you at least willing to address those traumas and heal from them traumas? Because I've been through some things, and I'm doing my best to try to work on them. And I can't be in a relationship with somebody who has been through certain traumas and they're not trying to work on theirs because it's just gonna get toxic. So that's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I can't be in that kind of relationship. I need to know you're at least, if you haven't, you're at least willing and trying to make effort to address your traumas, bro, so we can have a healthy relationship.
Yep. And I said this before, just to piggyback. Burning sage and holding crystals do not heal your trauma. Some of y'all need therapy. Go to therapy. I went to therapy. Therapy is not bad. A lot of y'all think that you could just sage it away. You can't sage it away.
You can't sage it away, but let's not. Sage,
No, I didn't say it.
Sage is part of meditation and all that. Let's not.
It does, bro. But here's the thing. Sage is like therapy is the foundation. Sage is like on the third floor. Like you got to get there.
I agree with you, but let's not denounce meditation though.
You got to get there. You got to get there. But yeah, nice. You was talking nice.
We took
So,
something out.
nah, yeah. Time to you. It's time.
Fuck it, next the show. Let's go. Talk to
Yeah,
me
let's
now.
go. Talk to me nice.
Let's
All
get it
right,
shaken.
man. So this is something that I had spoke about, and it seemed to get a lot of, I don't know, seemed to be controversial with more men than anything. But it's just my opinion, and I'm gonna just go and give it. So I said a lot of men like being single. This is because most relationships with a woman were miserable for them. I don't doubt that they're lying. The problem is They most likely weren't making sure the woman was feeling happy and loved. Any woman who doesn't feel loved will make a relationship seem miserable. Women need constant reassurance from their man. It's your job as a man to always make her feel loved. Once you do that, you'll experience the beauty of a relationship. And being single will no longer compare.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I think that's fire.
It's not. I'm not saying it's a fact. I remember it's my opinion. I got a lot of backlash from that from a lot of men who didn't agree. But like I said, I feel like you have to know women. You got to know a woman's nature. You know what I mean?
Very true.
From my experience and dealing with different women, I feel like the one thing I learned about most of the women that I dealt with is crazy. Nah, I feel like most women really they like to be reassured, yo. They like to feel loved. They like when their man always reminds them that they love them, and
99.9%.
and that flame doesn't die out. And I think a lot of men get with a woman, and in the beginning, they honor that, but within a very short amount of time after they get whatever they were trying to accomplish with the woman, they fail to realize that you need to maintain that type of energy, and then
They start detaching themselves.
and then the relationship appears to become miserable. And every time they think about, every relationship I was in, this shit was miserable, blah blah blah. But it really was because you failed to reassure this woman that she was loved. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, everybody is their own source of happiness, but women more, as men do too. But I feel like women more. Women like to be reassured that they're loved, bro. They like for you to do certain things that do make them happy as well, bro. And I think as a man, that's your job to provide that to the woman you're with. And once you do that and you see how happy a woman is, right, it'll make you change your perspective on a relationship. Because there's really a beautiful aspect of being in a relationship with a woman, bro. It's a bond that, well, I shouldn't say a woman, just a relationship in general. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people that don't want to, whatever. I just don't want to get into that. All I'm saying is there's really a beauty.
Hold on, wait a second.
We got
Nah,
you
dog,
trying to go?
for real. I don't want to get in. I'm just saying that some people are gay or whatever. I don't really give a fuck. Love who you love. All I'm saying is that,
Booty bag.
nah, because I'm gonna bring that up and people are like, you ain't talking about a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is for real, bro. There's beauty in a relationship, bro,
That's a
when you
fact.
bond with somebody and you build with somebody, dog.
Yeah.
For real, there's real like beauty in that, yo. And that's something that if you never experienced it, you won't understand it. But I think most men that understand it are the type of man that makes their woman feel loved and understands that you have to reassure your woman, bro. Them little things that you do, walk up from behind her and hug her while she's at that stove cooking for you. Slap her on her ass. Tell her she looks beautiful. Randomly grab her when you got some free time and try to, get your freak on with her or give her roses or whatever. You have to constantly do that shit, bro. You know
They
what I'm
want
saying?
to be. They want to be wanted, man.
I'm just saying though, women from my experience, that they like that, and I feel like my understanding of a woman's nature is they like to be reassured, bro. That's why you seen Aisha Curry say sometimes she likes the attention sometimes outside of the relationship.
All women do.
So if a woman likes the attention outside of a relationship, how much more do you think she cherishes the attention from you, bro?
Yeah,
She
that's
gonna
a fact.
always want your attention, bro.
That's
You
the
know what I'm
age-old thing.
saying?
You never complimented your woman on what she got something on, but she just look at you like, but she doesn't realize what she got on until somebody else gives her the same compliment that you gave. It was way more effective.
But sometimes simple. But sometimes
I feel like most women don't really care about the next man compliment. They really value
It don't- it
yours.
could be the
They
next
only
person.
start looking for the
Don't even
next
have to be a
man's
man.
compliment when your shit starts lacking, bro. So now they want that reassurance. They want to feel beautiful and all of that. So they start looking in other places because you're not doing your job.
And that's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying?
And sometimes the simple flattery is you look good. The simple flatteries don't always work. But if you can compliment her on some shit that nobody else compliments her on, she's gonna love that because she's gonna be like, damn, I didn't even know this nigga was paying attention to that.
Right.
Yo,
I think,
yo, shorty, like how you said when I tell you, yo, babe, when I get home, and then if she does it and you come home and she got the mail, like, yeah, baby, that shit was busting, da da da. You know what I'm saying? Like she gonna keep doing, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not even just you look good, it's sometimes you compliment the
I
acts.
do little shit. Like I'll come home and my house will be clean from top to bottom, right? And my girl will be in a dead sleep, and I'll wake her up and just to tell her, like, yo, babe, the house look crazy.
You
House
smoke
look
that.
good. You know what I'm saying? She'll be like, thank you, and I'll give her a kiss, you know what I'm saying? And I'll go into bed and go to sleep. But, like, I know she appreciates it, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then the
that's
next
all.
morning, I might wake up and say it to her again. Because I know she appreciates it, because I appreciate it, and I want her to know I appreciate her, bro. I don't ever want her to feel like she's not loved. I don't ever
doing
want her
a
to feel like
thankless
she's not
job.
appreciated and things of that nature, because I know if I slack on that, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree, bro, the relationship can become miserable.
I constantly say this. You need to understand your woman's love language, and she needs to understand her not only yours, but her. She needs to
She needs to
understand
know
her
her love
own
language, right?
love language, and
Facts.
she needs to communicate that to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, men, we're dumb. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we
don't agree with
need
that.
some direction.
No, that's a fact.
Real shit. We need direction. Like, as much as y'all think that we're like amazing men, we are not mind readers. We do not know what the fuck you're thinking. As much as you like to think that we do not. Right?
that's a
So
fact.
you have to communicate to us on how to love you, and then once you give us that blueprint, it's up to us to execute it.
To build on
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had went down to the Cape. My grandmother was sick. You know, my wife came with me. She held me down with my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And I just told her, like, yo, thank you, babe. Like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, she was tired. She was asleep. Yo, I don't fold laundry, bro. I folded like 3 loads of laundry, bro.
Yeah, of
and I don't
course.
do that.
She
You
held
know what
you
I'm
down.
saying? But I did it because I knew that she was tired, so I picked up where she left off. You know what I'm saying? Like, something that I took off the table that she was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? When she woke up, she appreciated it. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? It's just little stuff, and it's laundry, but it just shows because she knows that that's what she does, and me picking up that slack, like, it means more to her than you know what I mean, it does to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's really about. That's what relationships are about.
You're definitely a better man than me, because laundry,
You folded,
it'll
bro.
get cleaned one day, and that shit'll be folded in 5 to 7 business days.
You folded, bro.
I don't know
You're
what
better-
it is about folding
you're a better
laundry,
man
bro.
than me.
I fucking hate
I'm
folding
trash at that
laundry,
shit.
bro.
I do my own laundry. I've
But
been like
yeah,
that forever.
but now,
Before that, I just want to point out something. Because I know that was something that was directed at the men, but in reality, what you're talking about is helpful to all relationships.
Yeah.
Both genders.
Both
Yeah, it
genders,
is.
right.
Loving selflessly.
yeah,
Understanding where it's like, I'm loving for you.
right.
Because we're in this agreement together where it's like, I'm committed. When I'm saying I'm committed to your happiness, I'm committed to your success, I'm committed to your future because your future is a part of my future.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And the woman is equally as responsible
Absolutely.
for that same thing.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure, 1,000%.
What I was saying was, I think that women just crave it a little bit more than men. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? That's all I was saying. Like,
The
they're
attention.
definitely equally as responsible. I just think that women, they yearn for it a little bit more. They
course they
need to be
do.
reassured a little bit more.
It's by design.
Yeah, but I'm glad you brought that up, because I don't want.
Emotional creatures.
I think women do need to know you're equally as responsible as trying to reassure your man too. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
But I was speaking to the men because I've heard, you hear from a lot of men, oh, I like being single. Oh, being in a relationship, that shit was fucking miserable.
until
and
you
you're
in the-
like, yo, you
Because
probably
they had a miserable relationship.
yeah,
That's
you
why.
probably didn't.
no,
do
but what
you're
I'm saying
supposed
is,
to do.
my opinion is, you probably weren't doing what
You were supposed
I
to do.
think.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I keep saying me. I think your job as a man is while you're in a relationship, bro.
Facts. And now we have
Peasy's word of the
Peasy's
day.
word of the day.
Wow,
Dun
Blather
dun.
Sky.
Wild blather sky.
Loquacious.
Peasy's word of the day. Jury rigged. Adjective.
Spell it.
JURY dash RIGGED.
Jury rigged.
I don't even know if it's a dash or is that a hyphen.
Whatever.
Either one.
Dash or hyphen, whatever.
Same thing.
Whatever you prefer. All right. Meaning of a ship having temporary makeshift rigging. Similar words: haphazard, hasty, lax, negligent, slapdash, slipshod, sloppy, and ad hoc. Jury rig comes from the adjective jury, meaning Improvised for temporary use, especially in emergencies, or makeshift. It's the 15th century term that comes from the Middle East. Comes from the Middle English jury, as known as back then and anyway. In the phrase jury sale, meaning improvised sale. To put that in a sentence, sometimes when you're part of a production set, sometimes when you're part of a production set, you have to jury rig some shit to get the job done. And that's how we do it over here on the throne.
Yes, sir.
You understand me?
Here we go.
It's a jury rig session.
This is a jury rig set.
Yeah.
Nah, we got some professional
But this
shit
shit fly,
over here,
but
though.
it's fly.
Don't
It's
get
fly,
that
but it's
fucked
jury
up.
rigged.
Yeah, there
I
you
don't
go.
think most people out here has really got our set. Our set fire.
our shit
bro.
fire.
Our shit is fire, bro.
There we go.
Our shit is definitely different, bro, and we definitely moving. We got what they say, motion. A lot of dudes out here. We got motion.
Yeah,
I know
just
you
don't
wanna
wear
do
your
some
fucking pajamas anymore, bro.
shit. I'm saying, who you talking to?
You, man.
Why? I don't got no pajamas on.
Them
Fuck
shits
you
look like
talking about?
pajama pants, my dude.
You fly.
Mock neck
I'm
nice.
saying, dog. I mean,
Mock
what's
neck
up,
nice.
man?
You
That's
heard?
John B. They don't know
Nah, don't call me
about
John.
this.
See, I heard that all my life. I don't even look like him. I don't know why people say I really don't look like
Nah, you do look like the dude
No,
from
I don't.
okay.
I was gonna say John.
Gangs
B.
of
I
London.
don't
Yo, that's
look
young
like
Putin.
Gangs of London.
Yo, Barbette, he don't look like Putin to
Gangs
you?
of London. I heard that. I really don't look
Yo,
like
Google-
Gangs of
Google a
London.
picture of Putin right now.
I
That
don't
is
look
his
like
twin.
Putin. He be Putin shooting.
we got the
Show me a
outro?
picture of
You know what
Putin.
I'm
That
saying?
is
Just
Nyce's
shoot-
twin.
huh?
Outro.
Close out. Let's go.
We about to
Outro.
close out right now.
Yep.
I'm out.
Outro.
We didn't
Outro.
show yet, did we?
Outro.
Yeah, no outro. Before the outro, I want final thoughts because I feel like there was an overarching theme for today, and I want each of you to say what you think that was.
Women, we love you. We hate you.
We
need you.
love, man.
Love.
That's what I think it was.
My overarching theme for today, I really think that we always try to just give people understanding, and we try to teach people to be open-minded and see things from different perspectives.
Word.
Yeah, I definitely
I
like
would.
the Chops' segment today. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big part of it.
Accountability in relationships, accountability in the streets, accountability in your past. I think that us four up here, that's what we stand on, and that's the message that we try and bring every week. Accountability
And working on communication.
and working on
Facts.
communication.
We definitely, because we definitely hold each
Play your
other
part.
accountable like a motherfucker. It's a fact. Now. Close
Yeah,
up.
man. And I just want to say, you know,
The R&B album coming out.
nah,
June
for real, I want to say something
2023.
to X and Chops. You know, there was a point in time where one time we had a heated debate, and I want my mans to know that if I ever came off as dismissive, you know what I'm saying, I apologize, because I understand as black men in America, the history and you guys' experiences is that you guys have every right to feel how you feel
Hit the violin.
in this
Group hug,
country,
y'all.
yo. You understand that?
No doubt, bro.
You know what I'm
Love.
saying? Nah, for real. Even though people didn't see, because sometimes we have arguments behind the scenes or
right.
whatever, and I don't ever want you to feel like I dismiss your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because you know me, I like to, sometimes I'm all, I deal with facts, but I want y'all to know that given the history of this country and your own personal experiences, bro, I don't ever want y'all to feel like I dismiss y'all feelings, bro.
Listen, bro, I want you to understand something, right? If I ever felt really disrespected by you, I know where you live. I'm pulling up.
Word.
You know he could pull the gloves
Yeah,
out. I know
I'll
that. Nah,
call
but
you.
for
That's
real,
it, bro.
dog.
It's love,
Nah,
though.
but for real, on a serious note, man, I just
Nah, I
want, you know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
it.
I
For
appreciate
real,
that,
dog.
for real
You my
shit.
nigga, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, yo, don't say. See, people gonna say, don't say that to him.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Sorry. That's my
Nah,
nigga,
but
man.
for real.
What you want me
And
to
on
do?
that
I'm sorry.
note, man, y'all know what time it is, man. Listen, a diamond is just a piece of charcoal that handles stress well. Until next time, man, we up out.
Yeah, sir. We out. Yeah, sir.
Knowledge and equality to round up the team. 4 dudes from the dirt with our eyes on the goal. Took coal, applied pressure, and made it a diamond throne.